And we're back, and we're back, and we're back. How y'all doing? I hope you guys had a great Monday. Had a pretty good day. I had some systems issues with my computers today. I hate when that happens because I feel like I'm not getting shit done, but nevertheless. Was I upset? Hell no, because I logged my ass right off kind of early today. My computer ain't working, ain't shit I can do. But moving on, chat. How y'all doing? I hope y'all had a wonderful, wonderful day. I had a pretty good day. Yeah. Somebody says greetings and salutations, Queen Caramel. I'm back for the pop-in to see what's up. Oh, it's a lot up. I got some good topics. I got a call that I want to share with y'all, honey, from one of Steve Harvey's side chicks, child. She done came out and she is talking and telling stuff. I said, girl, you better spill this tea, girl. Spill tea all over my leg. I said, damn. Shit. That was some third-degree burns, baby, from that stuff she was talking about. That side chick, baby, that tea she was spilling, baby, you put third-degree burns up on me over here trying to listen to that damn tea. I said, oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. So I'm going to share it. We were going to do the Ernesto call because I do have one. I said, okay, which one is the juiciest? And I think the one with the side chick is the juiciest. So that's what we're going to go with today. And we will push the Ernesto call until tomorrow. Okay. Hopefully don't no more shit pop off before then. Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So let's breeze on through these topics, child, so we can get to this call, honey. Because listen. Baby Steve Harvey, I see you in a different light. That's all I can say. I mean, I've already been seeing you in a different light, but now, sir. All right, so Jeezy, honey. Let's talk about Jeezy and old Sue Young, honey. I done named her Sue Young. Jeannie is Sue Young out here, child. So Jeannie, honey, is spotted out with his wedding ring on again. Okay. So everybody's been asking, child, has Sue Young struck again, honey? Did Jeannie, aka Sue Young, convince Jeezy, honey, to try again? Oh my God, child. Will Jeezy go back to Sue Young, child? Was he sitting over there like Sue Young? Sue Young, come back. Was he on that bullshit? People want to know. I want to know, hell, because I'm seeing you out here with this damn wedding ring on. If you don't file for divorce, what you still wearing the ring for? Okay. Kim Zodiac said, honey, the ring didn't mean nothing. What did the ring mean, man? Because you got it back on. So let's see. So they're saying that he was seen in a recent interview recently with his ring on, as well as a recent performance, honey, where he was on stage with his ring, honey, showing. I was like, oh, okay, you out here on your Beyonce, on one of them. All right, so let's go ahead and show the picture, child. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. That's Jeezy, honey. They pointing to it. Y'all see him with the wedding ring on. It said, look. That's Jeezy, honey, with the wedding ring on still. I don't know nobody who like to wear their wedding ring, honey, when the marriage is over, except Martell. He the only one reaching back wearing wedding ring that Mel bought him years and years ago, child. Because he want to feel close to her. So I don't know, child. Maybe Sue Young done been calling him back and trying to get him to come back. So Sue Young, child, you don't put that magic on him over there, child. So we'll see what it's giving, child. Maybe she's missing that egg roll, honey. So we'll see what it's giving. Jeezy, more prayers to you and Sue Young. Hopefully y'all figure it out. Child, yes, Sue Young. Y'all know that Sue Young off Rush Hour, child, over there with Chris Rock and Jackie Chan over there. Jeannie is Sue Young. I renamed her. Jeannie, your name is Sue Young. I hear her. Sue Young. Ain't that how the daddy said it when they snatched the ass up on that motorcycle? Sue Young. I said, damn. But let's get on with this show. I'm tripping, y'all. All right, let's move on. Got another topic. All right, we're gonna get to the juicy call, but let's it's a build up. It's a build up, right? Said Sue Young was so cute. Sue Young was cute. She was. All right, so the U.S. federal government, all right, is headed into a shutdown, y'all. Woo, child. Let's talk about it. All right, so they're saying that according to reports that the U.S. federal government is headed towards a shutdown, honey, as Congress has failed to pass a type of funding plan that is signed into law by the president. Okay, we all know the president is Biden, right? So they said that the shutdown will hinder many federal agencies, including members of the military, from receiving paychecks. I know they mad as hell. Okay, they be like, you better run me my money, Biden. All right, you better snap out of it. Y'all know how we be about our coin now. I ain't about to be out here on the front line and whatnot. Okay, we not here on the front line for free. Now I'm gonna need my coin top. Okay, that's how you gotta say it. My coin top. You gotta say it with an attitude. when you're checking somebody about your money. You say, I don't know what the hell you thought this was, but I'm gonna need my coin top. That's how you gotta say it. That's how you get your money. When you put that on the end, that's how they know you ain't playing with their ass. All right. So they're saying if the funding legislation isn't passed by the start of the federal fiscal year of October the 1st, they said the shutdown will effectively begin at 12:01 a.m., honey. So hopefully they figure that out. And ain't nobody missing their money, honey, because ain't nobody got time for that. All right. Moving on, honey. I'm about sick of these two. I promise you I am, with everything in me from the bottom of my feet to the top of my head. I'm sick of Momma Dee and Bambi, okay? I'm sick. Hold on, let me throw it. All right, I'm back. I'm sick of y'all. Now, let me talk to them right quick. Bambi, I'm sick of you. You big-ass deer. Now, I'm tired of you, Bambi. You big-ass deer. I'm tired of you. And crazy-ass Momma Dee over there fighting and carrying on. Now, y'all figure this out. I'm sick of y'all on my damn internet every other damn day talking about y'all suing each other. Y'all going back and forth. I mean, damn, you a grandma and you a mama. Y'all settle down. Like, Bambi, you just got out of jail. Like, damn. She's a big-ass deer. Y'all know she is. Bambi, y'all know Bambi's a deer. Bambi is a deer just like Megan Thee Stallion is a whole horse out here. Okay? I mean, damn. Two wild child. But let's get on. It says Bambi, honey, she reveals that she's suing Momma Dee, which we talked about the other day, for defamation of character due to Momma Dee claiming Bambi lied about her age when she got arrested. All right. So this is what Bambi had to say. Let's go and play it.
How old are you? Let's not talk about that right here, because we've been having.
She's asking how old she is.
I was gonna say it's gonna catch up. Yeah, it's not a good thing. Well, how old are you? Let's not talk about that right here, because we've been having some issues with. I know you ain't really been watching all this stuff. I don't. But people have been like going. Okay, my mother-in-law, right? Mm-hmm. I'm suing her for defamation of character because she just literally said 2 days ago that I used the fake ID when I went to jail and gave them the wrong age, and she's just making a big thing out of. So yeah, let's just. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know that's a lot to. Can't we all get along? No, we cannot, ma'am. Okay. We are suing people. Not a good thing. I was gonna say it's gonna.
No, we cannot. We're suing people. That's so petty. This is what Momma Dee had to say.
Lock the gates. They've been arrested. Oh my God. Along the line with the other things. And oh my God, y'all, do you know she used her fake ID saying that she was 37 when she got booked? Yeah, see, she's still lying again. And I have the receipts. She's still trying to show them folk at the jail she 37. Ain't that something? Still lying. Still lying. So obviously Erica Mena and Bambi, that her down there. Her down there. No went to swing. She better pray that somebody didn't get hurt, because you know they suing celebrities, honey, silver suits, honey, and you know she cannot afford to get, because she didn't pay her divorce lawyer. Did y'all know that? That lady won't even give her no conversation. She ain't finished paying her. Girl, don't ever send Carly Red for me to give me no paperwork, girl. Okay? God.
What y'all think about that? I'm sick of y'all. Momma Dee and Bambi, I want y'all to get into some family therapy so that y'all can figure out why y'all don't like each other, why y'all hate each other so much, to where you continue to carry your problems over to social media when Bambi is right there in the same town as you. Like, put some gas in your car. Okay, make sure your headlight is working. I'll never forget that episode where Momma Dee was riding around in that Cadillac with the toe-out headlight. Like, girl, you are on a show. Why is you out here riding dirty with your headlight toe out like that? Now, that was not a good look. Now, ride on over there to Bambi's house and to the deer house. Bambi the deer. Ride on over there to Bambi the deer's house, child. Y'all sit down and talk about this mess and get off my damn internet with this, because I'm sick of these damn shenanigans. You stay shenanigating. Like, damn. Moving on. All right. I had to exhale, child. Jesus. Oh, Lord. Let me check my blood pressure right quick. We good. All right. So, Destiny, honey. Destiny Tackleberry Peyton. Let's talk about her for a couple seconds here. Destiny Tackleberry Peyton, the one that used to be married to LeBerry, the one that's about to get thrown out of the house over there, her. The one that's got a podcast with barely 1K subscribers when she done been on, when she done had her little podcast over there for a few months now. Let's talk about Destiny. Now, Destiny is said to have 90 days, okay, to be up out of LeBerry's house. So maybe she got to move in with Marlene and Martell, guys. Okay, since Destiny already announced that Marlene already dated her daddy, so that means that Marlene was almost your stepmama girl. So she'll let you stay over there. That's what I'm thinking. Now, do I need to make a call over to Marlene and ask her, look, can you come over there and stay with Marlene for a few weeks or so for 30 days? You know, like Martell, he's staying for 30 days. Okay, 30 days. Just ask Marlene, can you stay for 30 days since she almost was your stepmama? Because you know your daddy was smashing her. That's what word on the street was. I mean, that's what you showed us in the interview, that your mama was smashing that your daddy was smashing Martell's mama. Y'all was almost real brothers and sisters. And you can chip in on that old foreclosure bill that they got going on over there. All right, so I put in a good word for you, Destiny. But they're saying that Destiny also announced to Honey that she is no longer a Love and Marriage Huntsville castmate. Okay, so could that mean that she is not coming back to Love and Marriage Huntsville? Because y'all remember she did the whole interview with Carlos King where Carlos was asking her if she wanted to come back. Would she consider coming back to Love and Marriage Huntsville or Love and Marriage DC? And I mean, Love and Marriage Detroit. And she was like, oh yeah, I would love to come back to both of them. So she would love to come back to the show, but now she's announcing that she's no longer a castmate and that she's not going to be a castmate. So I don't know what else that she's going to be doing and what Destiny is doing to get her money. But I know from what somebody was telling me, old Destiny Tackleberry Payton Honey had a whole church van over there where she was passing out lotto tickets, where she was out here incognito in a whole church van with some lotto tickets. So I don't know what it's giving. But girl, go on out here and gas up the church van, baby, and go on and deliver some more lotto tickets, okay? And don't forget to pull your hat down a little bit more so that people don't be recognizing you, baby, when you pull up in Bedside Baptist Church van out here with your lotto tickets, girl. Okay. Yeah, so they're saying that Destiny, like I said, has less, y'all know, the 2,000 subs over there, which is weird because, like I said, baby, you've been on TV, you done been in movies, like she was in the Hank Aaron movie, like people know you. Okay, you have. She's trying to say she got star power. I wouldn't say that, but you do have access to important people. Okay, so yes, everything said in the video is alleged in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay, boom. See, thank you so much, Maz, for helping me out over here. Because y'all know Caramel get to talking over here, and we got to be covered over here. But yes, again, for fair use and entertainment. All right. So yes, everything that I said prior to what I just said and everything going forward is for entertainment purposes only. All right, and for fair use. See how we just covered that? Boom. So that Destiny, like I said, she disclosed her roster, honey, of titles and stuff that she is actually doing. Yes, child. She said she got star power out here. I was like, child. Now we know you probably ain't got no power over there at the house, but I don't know now. I don't know what it's giving. You saying you got all this star power and whatnot. So let me read off what she's saying, child, that she doing out here. So Destiny Payton Williams, child, Destiny Tackleberry Payton Williams to be exact. She says that she is an entrepreneur, honey, a realtor and television personality. All right. She says that she is the founder and CEO of Madani Group LLC, and she is also a licensed realtor at Barney Fletcher Realty. I ain't know that. Now I knew she was trying to start a little realty business when she went live that one time, and we ain't heard no more about that. Okay. Yeah, we ain't heard no more about that. So, let's talk about this Barney Fletcher Realty. Like, was she looking at Barney with Lil Law? Because y'all know her son name is Law. Was she looking at Barney with Lil Law? Still mad at Chris Fletcher for trying to sell her house. Okay. And then she gonna be out here trying to put the names together, calling it Barney Fletcher Realty. Like, would you on that kind of BS, Destiny? Because you know, you'd like to be, real creative out here sometimes. And I don't know what it's giving. I don't know. I ain't never heard of Barney Fletcher Realty and all this other stuff, but it's looking like Destiny is trying to create 100 titles for herself to appear important. And her podcast, like I said, is not doing too well. Now, she has not gone live from her house, from the Barracks house in quite some time. So I don't even know if she's still staying there. Maybe because there's boxes everywhere in the house. Because y'all know when people are moving, they're packing up slowly when you know you got to move by a certain time. Minus Martell, because y'all saw he won't move nothing and he only had 30 days. But hopefully she's being smart about it and going ahead and moving since she only has 90 days to be up in there. Okay. But yeah, so she's got to be out in 90 days. And like I said, she's only interviewed like 3 people, I want to say. Y'all remember Mel Nika? She interviewed her first on her podcast. Then she interviewed Duchess. Y'all remember her from Black Ink New York. And then she's supposed to be interviewing some people from Amazon. I'm like, Amazon? How you go from that to Amazon? But I don't know, child. Destiny, y'all know she stays in some mess. But child, do what you got to do out here, Destiny. Do what you got to do, child. You got a child to take care of. Find you a place to stay because sis. All right, so I got some updates on Ernesto, okay? We're not going to play a call with him today, but we are going to talk about the updates that I ran across on Ernesto. I've had a few people messaging me saying, Caramel, what do you know that's new about Ernesto? So you guys from the phone calls, I guess, are still keeping up with what's going on with Ernesto, and you guys seem to be very interested in what's going on with him in this case. All right. So he may be facing some new charges. Now, y'all know they just added 5 additional charges to the 30 charges that he's already facing, most of which are federal fraud charges and federal charges, okay? Now, Shirley Strawberry may also be added to some of these charges. And I already told you guys that his accomplice, okay, Erica King, has already talked about she's going to be cooperating with Roswell Police Department in terms of talking about how she knows that Shirley Strawberry knows about all of the actual crimes that were committed with Ernesto, that she was there, that she saw these things, and that she also covered for Ernesto. So let's talk about it. So Ernesto's first wife, which her name is Edith, okay? She has produced a marriage license, you guys, which shows that she and Ernesto are still indeed married. Guess how many years? 38 years. Now, Ernesto has 3 wives, including Shirley Strawberry. He just out here just getting married all willy-nilly. Getting married willy-nilly. So, Shirley Strawberry, you out here all excited, girl, that you just getting married. And girl, you the 3rd wife out here. But a 4th wife. Shirley Strawberry is the 4th wife. All right, I'm gonna do a rundown on the wives. Y'all ready for this? So he has 3 wives in addition to Shirley Strawberry. Now, Ernesto's first wife, okay, they were married 38 years ago in Aiken, South Carolina. And like I said, they are still married. Now, we already know that's a crime, which is called bigamy. Okay. Let's go ahead and read off what it means when you got bigamy charges. Because y'all know, let's go ahead and read that off. We're going to read it off. They got married in South Carolina, but they live in Atlanta, okay? It says that marrying a bigamist, check this out, to be convicted of bigamy in Georgia, the state must demonstrate that the suspect is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. This involves a showing that the defendant either did not honestly believe that they had a right to remarry because the first spouse was alive, or that they did not exercise reasonable diligence in finding out the truth about the legal or the legality, because we went to school, of the first marriage, okay? Now, the penalty, let's go back. The penalty for bigamy in Georgia, okay, this is what it says. The consequence for practicing bigamy or marrying a bigamist in Georgia will be a prison term between 1 and 10 years. So a person convicted of bigamy will be guilty of a felony, okay? So it's a felony to be married to someone else while they're married, all right? That's a crime. You cannot do that. You got to do your homework. If somebody asks you to marry them, go do your homework. What you should be doing that anyway. You need to know about credit scores, how many kids they got, what was their, previous life before they met you. All these things you need to know so that you don't be sitting here looking like Shirley Strawberry with a crazy ass fool who got 35 charges sitting up on him, plus some more that's coming because he's a bigamist now that they're finding out, in addition to all the things that he's already been accused of. So marrying, that says that bigamy and marrying a bigamist defenses that the spouse had been absent for a long time, okay? They said one defense to bigamy is if the prior spouse had been continually absent for a period of 7 years and the accused did not know that the former spouse to be alive or reasonably believed that they were eligible to remarry. Okay, so I don't know, Shirley, girl, you the 4th wife, sis. Let's continue. So it's 1 to 10 year sentence, and it's a felony. So you know they're gonna do one for each and every marriage, right? You don't just get it for just one, because you got 4 marriages out here. Okay, 4. Now Shirley Strawberry, they're saying, has already filed for divorce, but you married him while he was married to the wife prior, which her name was Carol. Let's talk about it. So the second wife, let's talk about the second wife. Her name is Martha. She was married to Ernesto for 20 years. They're not divorced as well. They're not divorced. They're not divorced. Okay. The next wife, number 3, was married to Ernesto for 2 years. Okay. Which they actually overlap whenever he married Strawberry. All right. Now, Shirley Strawberry is wife number 4. As you guys know, she and Ernesto were married for 8 years. All right. So he's got 4 wives who he financially bankrupt, because Shirley Strawberry is bankrupt as well. So each wife prior to Shirley Strawberry went through the same financial woes as Shirley Strawberry. So he has a pattern of what he does whenever he meet women, it seems like. Each woman that he gets with, he's going to start a business, because that is what he does. He is a full-fledged criminal who he uses women in order to finance his lifestyle, because Ernesto has so many felonies and so many charges. His credit is trash. He's trash. I don't like to call people trash unless you just really trash. Okay, so Shirley Strawberry, like I said, may have to testify in court against Ernesto because her marriage to him is not legal and or valid. All right, so Shirley, y'all remember in the call, she kept saying, I'm not going down there to talk to them. I'm not talking to the cops, on the strength that she knows that she's married to Ernesto. But now that it's come out that she is not legally married to him and that her marriage is not valid, she may be subpoenaed to testify against Ernesto about what she knows about his whereabouts, his crimes, and all the other things that's been going on, because her daughter and her granddaughter have now been brought into the case with Ernesto, and they're also on the list of people that he cannot be around if he ever sees the light of day, which we know will be never. Okay, yeah, she's got to speak on what she knows. You can't say, oh, I'm not talking to the police, I'm not going down there. Well, when you have a subpoena, you got to go down there. You got to talk and tell what you know, and if you get up there and lie, then that's called perjury, which is another charge, in addition to the ones that you may already be facing from fooling with this man who you did not do your homework on, who was already married to someone else before you and before you and before you. Y'all catch that? So 2 of Ernesto's kids are actually on his victims list, a daughter and a son. Y'all put 2 and 2 together. All right. Yeah, a daughter and a son, and including animals that he cannot be around. Okay. We're all grown in here. We're all grown in here. I see y'all putting it in there, baby. You better sing like you in a mass choir when you go to court. You better be on your every question they ask you, baby. You better hit the high notes, soprano, alto, and tenor, baby, when they ask you a question, Shirley Strawberry, or your ass gonna be up in there. Because I don't think you want no braids. I don't think Shirley Strawberry look right in braids. I don't think you want no braids, girl. I really don't. I think you better start talking. Because Erica King says she knows a whole lot about old Shirley Strawberry and what she's been doing with Ernesto. And I already said that there's no way in hell you can stay in the house with somebody and not know what the hell they're doing. I'm sorry. Not with all this stuff that he's charged with. 35 charges. Shirley Strawberry is very intelligent. I'm sorry. You're a very intelligent woman. So you cannot tell me that you live with this fool and you don't know what he's been doing and what he's been up to. You didn't see all the pow-pows that he had up there at the house? You didn't know about all that? I call bullshit. Let's continue. Now, Ernesto's first wife, okay, she winded up leaving Ernesto because he continued to cheat and get locked up, and she could not deal with it anymore. So she left. He did not leave her. She left, all right? Now, Edith, which is Ernesto's first wife, says that she and Ernesto actually owned a detailing company. As I just said, every woman that he gets with, he's going to start a business, because that is Ernesto's way of surviving. Okay. We all know that Shirley Strawberry worked at the Steve Harvey Morning Show. That's how she made her money. Ernesto, being a felon, he has to start a business with each woman that he gets with so that he can make money. Okay. Y'all remember he started, when he got with Shirley, he started the barber business. He had a barber business. He had another type of business where he opened a credit repair place where him and Erica King, who has now been implicated in the charges with Ernesto, who is talking and telling what's going on with Shirley Strawberry as well. She's cooperating, like I said, with the Roswell Police Department. Now, Shirley Strawberry, you cannot tell me you did not know that they had a whole credit repair office and Ernesto is a whole felon, because you said in the jail phone calls that he's been arrested all of 3 times and you knew that he had warrants. So you cannot sit here and say that you were not privy to what he was up to and what he was doing, because it's in the phone calls. It's in the phone calls. So you can't use that as a defense. I didn't know. I never knew he was doing that. You admitted in the phone calls that you knew he was arrested all of 3 times and you still stayed, and that he had warrants. What did he have warrants for? All of his warrants are for felonious crimes. It's not for a broken taillight. It's not for your license being expired. It's not for stealing a pack of hot dogs out of Walmart. These are felonious crimes. And even when you found out that your daughter was in this situation, you turned on your daughter and talked crap about your daughter to Ernesto because you were trying to show your loyalty towards Ernesto. You let Ernesto call your daughter stupid and slow on a jail phone call. And the only thing you said about that was, yeah, you're right. That's your daughter. Women don't ever choose a man over your child. I don't care how good he is. I don't care what he does for you. I don't care what type of lifestyle he provides for you. That's on period. Your daughter will always be your daughter. That's who takes care of you when you get old and gray and can't take care of yourself and wipe yourself. That's who decides if you go to the nursing home. I said it the other day. That's who decides if your ass gonna eat peanuts and walnuts for the rest of your damn life with no damn teeth because you done treated them like shit. And we all know that's painful. That's a painful meal. Walnuts, peanuts, and pistachios. Let's throw them in there because pistachios is hard as hell, especially when you don't have no teeth. It's hard when you got teeth. So imagine trying to eat them hoes with no teeth. You better stop treating your kids wrong because they are the decision makers in terms of what your end of your life is going to be. Oh, yeah. Treat your kids like shit. Don't be there for your kids. When your kids call, it don't matter how old they get, they're still your children. If they get into a low pay place to where they need you, jump in there. Don't say, oh, you're grown. Yes, they are grown, but everybody have moments to where they're not on top of their stuff. As parents, it's our obligation. I'm going to always be there for my son. Always. But I'm also going to push him to be an independent man. But you're going to run into the wall sometimes where you're going to need that extra nudge. And that's what parents are there for. Okay? Period. All right. So like I said, Ernesto, he likes to start all these businesses with other women so that he can have a job. That was for him. The credit repair place and the barbershop where he was cutting like celebrities' hair or whatever. That was for him to make money because y'all know it's hard for felons to find a job. It's hard for felons to find a job. So that is his go-to with each and every situation that he's in. Okay. Yeah. All right. So like I said, he is facing bigamy charges, okay, for the 3 marriages, which are felonies, okay, and he has convinced Shirley Strawberry to sell her house, which we know that she is right now homeless and living with friends and driving a big ass Ford 350, which we already heard in the jail phone calls, and she's been telling him that this truck is too much for her. She cannot drive and handle this truck. She has nothing else to drive because police have confiscated all of their other vehicles. So she is stuck with driving this big ass good old boys truck is what I like to call it. It's one of them good old boys truck. You know, that's a big ass truck. Go look it up. A Ford 350. That is a huge truck. So she is driving this around with her little self. Shirley is a little something. Okay. So imagine hopping up out. I can't imagine. Girl, I mean, it's better than nothing. It's better than having to catch an Uber everywhere. It's better than walking, I guess. I mean, damn, girl. 350. What the hell are you? So anyway, but yeah, Shirley Child, you risked it all for a married man, and it's so sad. It's so sad. She's bankrupt. She ain't got no house. She ain't barely got no money. We heard on the call the other day she didn't have money to even get her a pair of shoes. And now we know that she's not putting any more money on Ernesto's books. Now he's calling friends and whoever he can, child, to put some money on them damn books because Shirley has withdrawn her support from him, which I'm glad she stepped away. But a lot of people are asking, okay? A lot of people are asking, did she pull away and did she ghost Ernesto soon enough? Okay. Did she ghost him soon enough? Because you've been doing all these calls, which we know are recorded. Did you slip up and say something that's going to have you looking crazy in the end? In addition to these bigamy charges, because you can be found guilty as well. So hopefully she can get out of this unscathed. We'll see what happens, baby. But let's move on. No. Did I have anything else? No, we already did that. All right, so let's move on, honey, to this call. We have a side chick, honey, a mistress named Michelle, who comes forward and says that Steve used Mary Harvey for a come up because she wasn't putting up with Steve's mess. Okay, this child, she is talking, she's telling details. I believe her. I'm sorry. I sat here today and I also listened to a interview with Mary Harvey. When I tell you my heart broke for her. Steve Harvey is a monster. Let me just say that, okay? Steve Harvey, sir, if you're watching my channel, I got to say it. You, sir, are a monster. There are some things that Miss Mary Harvey talked about today, and she became very emotional because Her son was also involved. I cannot talk about it on here. I will put the link in my Facebook chat to where you guys can look at it at your leisure. But this woman became very emotional talking about her son. As you guys know, whenever Steve decided to divorce her after he got with Marjorie Harvey, he also took Mary Harvey's son, Winton, with them, and because he didn't want to pay her any money. And he also served her with a gag order, a cease and desist, if you will, so that she cannot speak for a matter of, I think it was 10 years. So for 10 years, she had to be quiet. So after that was over, she is now doing interviews and she's talking and she's telling how she met Steve in this particular interview. She's talking about how Steve pretty much lied to her, how Steve had a whole baby with someone, how he got somebody pregnant. He was sleeping around unprotected during that time. Let's get into this call. Oh my God. So this side chick also goes on to say that Steve uses his past, okay, and how he came up as sympathy whenever he's really a rude, narcissistic, controlling man. All right. This girl Michelle also says that she says that she was a side chick of Steve's, and she says that she didn't even know that she was actually a side chick. She thought she was the only person, only to find out that Steve had somebody else, y'all. I said, Lord, Steve. So it's looking like all of Steve's relationships have been overlapping, kind of like Ernesto. I said no wonder the two of them were friends. Steve trying to act like he don't know Ernesto and he's never been around Ernesto. He's trying to separate himself from Ernesto. But sir, you were friends of Ernesto. How would Ernesto know you got a whole house over in Dubai? How is he going to go to Dubai with said side chick? I keep saying, I keep saying now, I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe when it comes to this damn Ernesto and Steve Harvey. That's what we not gonna do. All right. But I will put the link to this Mary Harvey's interview. For those of you that want to watch it, you can write it down. I'll go ahead and it's on Essie Berry's YouTube channel. The name of the video is called Mary Harvey Rewind Time on Steve Harvey cheating and lies of homelessness. Okay, she talked about how he lied about being homeless. That was his thing. He lied, did a whole interview and got up there crying, saying he grew up homeless and in the hood. She said Steve never grew up in no hood, and he won't never there for his mama. And when his mama was on her deathbed, he came up over there hooping and hollering and crying, knowing he ain't did shit for his mama, and even lied saying he bought his mama a new house. It's crazy. But you guys can go ahead and watch that at your leisure. I cannot play it on here because it's so much, guys. When she gets to talking about her son, oh God, it kind of got to me. I ain't even gonna lie. I was just like, Jesus. So let's get into the call. Oh, baby, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. All right, let's back it up, child. So found this on YouTuber's channel, Essie Berry, where she's going to be talking to Michelle, which is the side chick, the first mistress who breaks her silence, and she talks about and reveals some things about Steve Harvey. Okay.
It is not about race. That way with your phone just watch you over there. I have a YouTube channel. I'm a real person, and this is my real story.
Okay. This is Michelle. Shout out to Essie Berry.
And Pink, if you can, if you want to, you can type some of the stuff into the bottom of the comments.
Can everybody hear?
Oh, okay.
If not, when we're done, I will leave a post so that Michelle, what do you want to be called? Purple?
You can call me Michelle. Most everybody, they just call me Miss Purple or like you, Purple Rain or Purple Patch. It doesn't matter to me. I address all of them.
Not Purple Rain.
Hey, ain't she cute, y'all? Look at that pretty woman. You pretty, girl.
Now
you
we have to just do the audio, okay, guys?
I'm
so we
trying
can
to keep
so we
it
don't get a
together
strike.
at 56.
Hey, you doing that for sure. So, first of all, I want to know what made you reach out to me.
I wanted to reach out to you because I have been following all the stories and stuff, and you know, I just want to add a piece to the puzzle, because this whole thing is a big puzzle, and I just wanted people to know that before Mary, there was a Michelle.
Wow. So, do you think that the M's? I mean, them M's mean something, Michelle?
That's very ironic. I thought about that yesterday, and I don't know what that symbolizes to him. But maybe it means something. I'm not sure. But maybe it was a coinky-dink. I'm not sure.
Okay. So we wanted to get into this story because, you know what? The other night when me and Michelle was talking, we were both excited. She didn't even think I would answer my phone. So we got to talking. But when we talked, she had her little drink on, buzz on, me a little bit too. Yeah, I'm going to stay when they're a little tipsy. They wanted to stay when they were sober, but they just went ahead and said it while they was tipsy. So we ain't tipsy. Ain't no drinking going on. Start with the conversation. So, Michelle, tell me how you met Steve Harvey.
I met Steve Harvey at there was a club in Dallas called Buku Ray. My friend was the owner of the club, and he invited me, my sister, and my best friend at the time, Suzette, and told us he would give us VIP seats, which means up front and center. So I met Steve that night. I went to the club, the comedy club.
Okay, so when you went to the comedy club, what happened once you got there?
Oh, when I first walked through the door, we just came in, and he showed us to our seats. We sat down. The show kind of had already started. It started with the people, not the headliner, which was Steve, but with the other people. There was, I think TK Kirkland was on stage when we walked in. We sat down. I like because he cracked a joke to my sister. It was kind of vulgar, but we all laughed and sat down and enjoyed the show. It was after the show when I met Steve.
And what happened in the conversation after you met him, and what went on? How did it go? Did you tune in on him and he zoned in, or did you zone in on Steve?
No, he actually asked Tony, that was who owned the club at the time. He asked Tony Knight if I was his girlfriend, and he said, no, that's my sister, because we grew up in church together. So Steve wanted him to introduce him to me, and that's how I met Steve. I was introduced to him.
Through your brother?
He's not my real brother. We just call each other brother and sister. He's deceased now, but Steve asked him if I was his girlfriend because me and Tony were talking, and he wanted to know who I was, and he said, "No, that's my little sister." And Steve asked him to introduce us.
Okay, so after he introduced y'all, what happened?
Nothing. He just started saying that he was going to be in Dallas doing a lot of shows. He told me that he was trying to get his career going and that he was looking for a girl like me. He said, "You my kind of chick." He said, "I think I could dig you." And so we exchanged numbers. I think that night we left. We went to go eat that night. And we talked and stuff. He didn't come over to my apartment until I think it was 2 days later. And so after that, we just talking. He was talking about his future plans and that he was looking for a solid girl that he could rock with and somebody to invest in him. And he was just saying how he was going to be a millionaire. Y'all hear that? He's going to build up his portfolio, and he's going to be making, shaking and moving. He never talked about his wife. I never knew he was married at the time. Never talked about his children. Never. I never found out this until I saw it on the internet. But he was making plans with me. He was asking me if I would go take this ride with him, if I knew how to ride the roller coaster ups and downs. He told me he didn't want to be a limelight. He didn't want to take pictures. He was so adamant about the pictures,
Because he was married.
And we just talked, like two normal people. We just talked and we were making plans. Well, he was making plans and I was going to rock with him,
Okay, I want to stop right there for a moment. If y'all didn't see her in the beginning, she is there. So y'all go back and see her. Oh, hi. You even got Spook in the channel today, a.k.a. Steve. Steve, you remember her face? Yeah, we can tell all your business today. Yes, I wish I could show mine too, girl. That's right about now, but I got my pajamas on.
It's okay.
He got a type.
So let me go back a little bit. So when he told, first of all, how did you find out? How many years later did you find out all this transpired? Now here you are sitting up here, knowing what else went on. But when did you find out he was married? What year did you find out that when you were dating him, you found out later that he was married too? When did that occur?
Oh, it was years. It was years later when I started watching YouTube. So YouTube had came into play years, after me and Steve dated and went through what we went through. It was until the vlogger started posting his wife and said he had twins, and I was shocked. I was like, really? It was years later.
Did it make you feel bad to find out? Like later on, you had been played, to find out he had a wife?
It didn't make me feel bad. It just made me feel good
this is getting messy.
that I didn't carry on with, or, you know, I was good. I felt good that wasn't me that was happening with him and Mary. I said, oh, that could have been me, you know. It wasn't that I felt bad because we never slept together or had sex together or anything like that. He never took anything like that away from me. But I was like, wow, this man had a whole family while he was over here canoodling with me.
Canoodling?
You know?
I like that.
So what did you do for a living at the time when you met him?
I was a nail technician. I did fingernails.
Okay, so that night when you said you were at the club, you said he didn't come get you that night, right?
No.
So you said that. So you said you didn't have sex with him, but you said you slept with him in the bed?
Oh yeah, he slept in my bed several times at my apartment.
Okay, did you ever kiss him or anything like that? And y'all was just huggy buddies?
Yeah, we kissed. We were, well, when I say intimate, you know, hugging, touching, kissing, caressing, stuff like that. Yes, we did.
And see, now that say some people will let a man jump into their goodie sack the same day. She had enough respect about herself not to give it all away.
No, I'm not promiscuous at all. I've never been promiscuous, and I don't jump in the bed with people I meet like that.
Did you want to be intimate with him?
Not really. I wanted to get to know him because that's just my character. I have to know you first, and we have to date longer than 2 or 3 months. You know, we have to. I date to marry. I don't date and have sex, frivolous sex. That's never been me. Never been my MO. So no, I wanted to get to know him, and I thought that's what we were doing because we talked. We had serious conversations about his future. You know, he even asked me, are you willing to move out of here? He said, because you ain't going to be doing no nails no more. When I get famous, he said, you ain't going to be the nail tech. You're going to be getting your nails done. He used to say stuff like that to me. You know, are you ready to move to Hollywood? You know, stuff like that.
And what would be your answer to that? What would you say?
I told him, yeah. You know, I said, I'm down with it. I can do that. I said, who wouldn't want to live that kind of a lifestyle, you know?
Okay, but so you done dated him. So you said, how many months were y'all together? How long were you together?
We dated, I'll say approximately 2 months. It might be 2 months and 1 week, but it was 2 months that me and Steve dated.
Okay, can I ask what is your sign?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, she's a Leo.
Yeah.
Okay.
July, that's my birthday.
Okay. So after all this transpired and you started spending time with him, so you spent approximately 2 months with him. Did you love him or were you in love with him?
I loved him. I wasn't in love with him, but I did love him. I cared deeply for him. And let me add this too. When I was dating him, I was in and out. He was always in California, or that's what he told me. I don't know. But he was always in California, or he said, I gotta go out of town. I gotta go make this deal. And so it wasn't like we were together every single day and every hour of the day. He was always telling me that he had to jet out. I'll call you when I get back. And, you know, he was always.
Now, let me interject right here because we got to have a little pause for the cause. Now, y'all know whenever somebody is married and or in a situationship or whatever type of ship, y'all know they cannot be with the side person all the time. You got to check in from time to time. And the main chick know that you are still around. Y'all know that now. What was she expecting? He was going to, of course he's going to be in and out. He cannot be there 24/7 when he got a whole wife and 2 kids. He going to come and hang out, do what he do, then he going to be back out. He going to tell you he got to go to LA, but he really going home so he can check in. Let's continue.
It's like playing games with me, you know, very childish games.
When you say childish games, what do you mean by that? Like would you not take him seriously?
Well, I'm going to tell you what happened this one night, and that kind of just let me know that he was really childish. He called me. I was in the sleep. He called me at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And he said, you got some nigga over there? And I said, no, what you talking? No, I'm at home by myself. What do you mean? And I said, are you still in LA? And he was like, yeah, I'll be home tomorrow. I'm gonna come through there. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So somebody started knocking on my door like they was the police. Girl scared me. And Steve was on the phone. He was like, who's that knocking at your door? at this time of morning? I said, I don't know. He said, well, go open the door. And I said, I am. Just stay on the phone. I opened the door up there and it was him playing games with me. He could have just said, hey, I'm in town. I'm on my way over your house or whatever. You don't have to play those kind of games with me. He had his hand over the peephole where I couldn't see. And I'm opening my door at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to see who's banging on my door. It was him.
And he would have still been out there babbing and knocking until he took his hand off that peephole. See, I would have came with me a gun at that door. You ain't supposed to be at my door at that time of morning.
Yeah, I was a very young woman then. I was still in my late 20s, you know, and that just kind of frightened me because I lived alone, and you know, I just they told me something about him.
There was no single woman at no 3 o'clock in the morning
with me like that.
Did you check him and say, "See, why did you do that?" When you got to come in.
I did. He just said I had to come surprise. I had to do a surprise visit on you. He said because it looked like you got some drug dealer taking care of you. I don't know what's going on with you in your life. I got to be careful with you.
But you know,
he used to talk to me like that, and he would always badger me because I had a very nice apartment, very nice. And he used to always say that a man was taking care of me, and I never lived like that, never.
Okay, I want to stop right here for a minute. First of all, Stacey said so she dated him but never slept. She slept in the same bed, but she didn't have sex with him. And yes, at the time she considered him her man because that's what she gonna get into that. But let me tell you something for the hoes, if there's any hoes on here. Like if you really prestigious about your body, then you're not gonna give a man your body the same day you meet him. There's a lot of people think that's okay to do that. And if you do that, that ain't mean you don't hold that mean you just want to give it away. But me per se, I'm what she just said. Like if I'm coming, I'm gonna be intimate with you. I'm gonna be in it for the long haul. I'm not just coming to give my personal body away and then let you say have a nice day. I have laid in a bed with a man before and not been intimate with him on a sexual level. But I showed him intimacy about how I felt about him. So you can sleep with a person, cuddle, caress, kiss, and all that, but you don't have to sleep with a man on the first date. So let me check that.
Thank you, because that's clearly what it was. I'm not promiscuous at all.
Hey guys,
so when he came in the house and you had checked him about that, did he apologize? Or what happened that night after he came, and why was he in town?
No, he didn't apologize, and he was in town because he told me he flew to LA to do some kind of a movie deal or something. So when he came back into town, that's when he was knocking at my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, he had just made it back to town, and he came straight to my place. You know, so after I checked him about that, and I said, well, that's kind of childish. He said, well, you know, I'm a comedian. I thought it was funny. I think you overreacting. I said, no, I'm not overreacting. I said, just, you don't have to play those kind of games with me. Just tell me, hey, I'm in town. I'm on my way to your place. That would have sufficed, you know.
So shout out to Essie Berry.
He did that, Purple. What was your feeling towards him then? What did that make you feel like that he did that? Because if you're no nonsense, but he's a comedian, I mean, he probably thought it was funny, but we clearly know it wasn't funny. What was your next mindset?
I just thought that he was very childish for doing it, and then I questioned myself as a young woman. Do I want to put up with this right here? Is he gonna be like a prankster, a jokester? Because I'm lighthearted. I know how to laugh, but sometimes you got to cut that shit off. You know, sometimes you just got to cut it off.
Okay, so. Now he in town. What year was that? Do you know what year that was?
Remember what year? It was in. All I can tell you, all this happened in the 90s. Now, when I met him, it was during the holiday season, and that's why I keep saying 91, 92. The year was about to change exactly when I met him. So I want to clarify that. When I say 91, 92, I'm talking about December, January. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so did y'all spend any holidays together? Did he ever spend a birthday, a Christmas? Did Steve ever spend any holiday with you?
Nope.
So did you think something was strange where he didn't spend a holiday with you?
No, Miss Essie, I did, because like I said, the relationship only lasted 2 months. So the holidays kind of didn't roll around during that time. Now, Christmas did come, but we didn't at first Christmas together. Christmas did arrive, so no, he did not spend that Christmas with me. However, we were still talking. He was calling me every day, asking me where are you, and what are you doing, or you got some nigga in your face, and da da da. That's how he would talk to me, you know, like he was insecure.
I was just going to ask you that. Do you feel like he was a secure man or insecure man? So now listen, y'all, but we go further. Now, in 1981, if I'm not mistaken, that he married his first wife, Marcia. So he met you in what year, Miss Michelle?
91, 92.
Now, he met her in 91, 92. Now, Mary says she met Steve in 93. He was sleeping with Terry Smith in 96. He met Margie Harvey in 87. Y'all better go back and do these details now. Connecting
you better connect them dots, baby.
So let's move forward. So now you was
Ooh, child, that's a lot going on.
How did you feel when you had a nice crib and he alluded to the fact that you were well, let me see. This happened in Texas, you guys. Right? Am I right? This happened in
Dallas, Texas. And can I interrupt you for a minute? While I'm sitting here thinking, if he met Mary in 93, then I met him in 92, 93, because he met Mary while me and him was still talking. So it wasn't 91, 92, it was 92, 93.
Baby.
To be clear.
Okay. And we will kind of cross back on some things. I'm gonna put some of y'all questions up there. Somebody asked, where did it take place? It took place in, she said, where? Say it again.
You told me the name of the club?
No, where did the state take place?
In Dallas, Texas.
And what was the name of the club?
The club was called Boo-Coo Ray. Boo-Coo Rays.
Shout out to Essie Berry. Shout out to Essie Berry.
That was it. Okay, so let's wind forward some. So now you done got familiar with him as a man, and you saw him as a man. Had you dated prior to Steve? Well, you had children. Did you have
children? I had an ex-husband. I was married. I had 2 children.
So was you married when you messed with Steve, or you was divorced?
No, I was divorced for years before I met Steve, and I was not dating anyone when I met Steve. I had no one in my life. I was just doing my nails, making my money, and I wanted a nice place for me and my children, and that's what I did. I wasn't even dating when I met him.
Let me pause.
Okay, so what?
How you gonna let a married man tell you when to come and go and who's in your face and who's at your house and everything else when he got a whole wife and children at home? Why do women allow that? Why do women, I'm not going to say we as women because I would never be on that level of craziness, but why do women allow a man who's already got a situationship, marriage, kids, and all that going on at home? You already got all that going on at home, but you think you could tell somebody who they can be around, who can be in their face, who been up over here in your house, who over there calling every 5 minutes, like you questioning my loyalty when you out living your best life. Like, really? Or is that what we're doing? I totally disagree with that. Like, Steve was on something else. I'm sorry. And the fact that she allowed that, knowing that there was somebody else, like, hello, you ain't look at the signs. If he didn't spend the night, I keep saying, if you can't spend the night, okay, you got to leave by a certain time. You still watching your watch. You got to turn your ringer off and all this other stuff. You got to go outside and answer calls. You got somebody else. This girl right here, honey, I don't know.
So how long did it take him to come to you? Because you was talking to him. So how long after you knew him, you let him move into your crib or come start staying with you?
Well, he didn't stay with me, Miss Essie. He would just come over my house. He would spend a couple of nights here and there. He never moved in with me. He never lived with me. But it took 2 days after I met him. That's when he first came to visit me in my apartment.
You're not coming to my house after 2 days of knowing you either.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So let's go further now. So what made you, after the 2 months, you see how he going, you never really thought, I'm not sure, what was your age difference? Do you know?
I want to say almost a 10-year gap. I'm 56. I don't even know how old he is right today, but I'm 56 now.
Sure.
So I was in my 20s when I met him. I was in my late 20s, like 26, 27, something like that. I can't remember how old I was.
Did you let your kids meet him?
He met my son. He didn't meet my daughter. I don't let my daughter meet men. Well, I didn't. She's a grown woman now. I never would bring a man, any kind of man around my daughter. Never.
Son too.
Did any of your other family members
Son too.
meet
No,
Steve?
ma'am.
My sister was with me when I met him, and so was my best friend at the time. She was with me when I met Steve.
Right. Okay, they say you love your Southern hospitality, your accent.
Oh, thank y'all.
Y'all gonna be able to ask her questions. I just wanted to make sure we were clear. Ain't she pretty, y'all? Ain't she, y'all? Look at her. You're beautiful.
Wow, that's her.
I want to just put you on the camera by yourself. Let me close you up one time. Let me move myself. Look how beautiful this queen is.
Thank you.
Y'all saw her.
She got purple braids.
Thank you. This is my house.
I don't show your house, girl. And you got to clean up too, sis. She got shit everywhere like hoarders.
I like that thing you got over to the right, that purple thing.
She like, this is my house. Shit everywhere.
That over there. What's showing that little thing, that purple stand over there? Her whole house is purple, you guys. Ain't that nice, girl? You better stop playing. You better stop playing.
It's giving hoarders, but let's continue.
His sister had charisma. He knew she was about something. So do you think Steve lynched onto you because you had security and you had a job and you were sure of yourself?
I think so, Miss Essie, because that was one of his things. He immediately asked me how much. He said, well, how much does a nail tech make? You know, and I said, are you trying to get in my pockets? He said, no, I just want to know. He said, you my girl. I can't know how much money you make. And I told him, I said, I make between $1,200 and $1,500 a day. He did not believe me. I was the best nail tech in Dallas at the time. You know, did nails for 32 years. So I was stacking my bread. But now, looking at it, I think he was trying to size me up money-wise, trying to see if he can pinch my penis. You know what I'm saying? He did tell me he was looking for someone to invest in him. And I told him, I said, you know, I could rock with you. I could be your woman, but I can't. My money is for me and children. We got to live. I can't invest in no man that I don't even really know. You know, we talked about stuff like that.
How did that make you feel when a man have a man ever came and say, you need to invest in me? How did you feel when he said that?
I just felt like that he was a user or an opportunist. I felt like he was an opportunist. And then again, I kind of felt like he was just by any means necessary or whatever I need to do to get what I need to get. Because he came to me with that approach too, you know. But I thought it was kind of disgusting because I don't take care of men. I don't take care of men.
Did you feel so? You felt disgusted when he said he wanted you to invest in him?
Yeah, I kind of felt disgusted, and then I felt like, well, if he's asking me to invest in him, what does he have to invest in me? Kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Mr. Works said you're a beautiful woman, a lady, and Mr. Works, we're gonna have an OG party with all the brothers to shut this down Sunday. You're welcome to come.
And I'm single, y'all.
Hey, rock. She's single. She's single. Hey.
Not a song on it, okay?
You have a beautiful personality, and a lot of people say they love your accent too.
Thank you.
I noticed when I called Steve out on here, he disappeared, so that makes me know that he knows your face for sure.
Oh yeah, he knows exactly who I am, and I'm gonna tell you, he used to always talk about the fact that my carpet in my apartment was green at the time. He loved that emerald green carpet, and he just kept thinking that somebody was taking care of me. He said, don't no apartments come with no carpet this color. I said, yeah. I said, I chose this color. They put it in here. Knew you lying? You had this carpet put in here. And I said, no, I didn't. He loved it because it was green, like the color of money, you know. But Steve knows who Michelle is.
and two, did your family, you say your sister, did she like Steve?
My sister liked Steve. And matter of fact, Steve's manager at the time, I can't remember his name, but whoever was managing Steve, he was calling my sister trying to date her. He had got my sister's number the same night that me and Steve met. His manager was trying to holler at my sister, and they was on the phone talking for a minute. But my sister cut the shenanigans off real quick with him.
And she didn't deal with him.
She never did deal with him.
So let's go. Okay, so now, but your sister, she liked Steve or she didn't like Steve?
Yeah, she liked Steve. You know, everybody that were my friends that met him, they liked him. You know, they didn't have a reason not to like him. You know.
And you guys, they call her. What's your name?
Purple Penny Pincher. I have a YouTube channel and I'm on TikTok. You can Google me, Purple Penny Pincher.
Y'all get that? Purple Penny Pincher.
Ooh, DJ say you cute too.
Oh, thank you.
We might have to come back on here and find you a man.
You gotta clean up that house first, sis.
I am single, honey. Yeah, I got my own cars. I got my own Maserati. I got my own Porsche. I'm ready. I don't need a man.
She paid for it. She paid for it, y'all. Come on now.
Come on,
Okay,
Porsche. Come on, Maserati.
You told me one day you got a phone call from a friend. What happened when you got the phone call from a friend from a clothing store? What happened there?
Check this, y'all.
Okay, let me set the scene. So, the clothing store that Steve used to get his suits from in the 90s, it was right next door to where I was doing nails. So, I was actually at work doing nails. I had a client sitting in my chair. So, I get a phone call while I'm doing nails, and it was from next door. It was Habib's wife named Adrian. She called me and she said, Michelle, I ain't trying to be funny. She said, your man over here, and he got some woman on his arm, some woman named Mary on his arm.
Y'all know who Mary is. Mary's the wife.
I'm just going to unlock the door. She said, you coming over here? I'm going to unlock the door. And I said, I'll be there in a minute. So I told my client, I said, hold on, you sit right here. I got to take care of something.
No, you didn't leave your client just sitting like that.
Yes, I did.
How long did it take you to get from your client to that store?
They were right next door, like side by side. There was no stores in between us. Like literally,
baby,
Habib's store was right next to Collections. I used to work in this nail shop called Collections, right next door.
And he thought that was your job at the time? That he
yeah,
that's regular as hell, y'all. So he knew where she worked at.
He knew where I worked. He's been to my job several. Yeah, he knew that I worked next to Habib.
Wow.
So how trifling is that for real? Now we talk about a man. This is what I'm trying to show you guys, and there's probably plenty more Michelles out there that Steve done did what he did and walked away. So he don't bring a broad into a store right next to where this woman worked at, where he knew she worked at, and you're gonna bring another woman. So girl, tell me what happened when you went to the store, when you get to the store next door.
Okay, so I left my client sitting there. I told her to wait a minute. She remembers this incident too, because I made a post on my Facebook page the other day, and she said, I remember this so well. And I got something else to tell you too, but it's about an attorney, so hold that. But so anyway, I go next door. I opened the door because Adrian told me she was going to unlock the door so I can just come on in. When I came in, it was Steve.
Like an episode of Cheaters, y'all.
And two dudes. One standing next to Steve and another dude. They look like bodyguards or something, but I don't know why he had that because he was not, famous yet or whatever. And he was getting suits for free. Habib was giving him those suits, anyway. So I just came in. I was like, I did just like this. I said, he talking about, hi. Let me cut my camera on. When I walked in, I was like, and he just said, hi. And I
gave her the hand, y'all.
You was just at my house. He talking about, bye. Like, get out of here, bye.
Meaning he gave her the hand.
I was like, okay.
So wait. So when that happened, Mary was watching him do that?
She was standing right there.
Really?
She was standing right there.
You guys listen, when she's done with this interview, I'm going to put a link at the bottom of the page. I'm not going to answer any calls right now because I don't want to interrupt where her train of thought is. But when I'm done, I will put a link here. So if y'all want to come on and ask her questions yourself, I'm going to let that happen. But y'all, it's getting messy right now.
This is crazy. Now, he was bold enough to bring his wife next door to where his side chick is working, knowing that this person that works at this store is going to call her and be like, hey, Steve is over here with some girl. Then she goes over there to approach him, and he done put his hand up in her face and told her, meaning don't say nothing. And then dismissed her to where she don't supposed to say anything because the wife is standing there. And my thing is, what did the wife say? That's crazy. Let's continue.
I got to get the rest of the story. Now, listen. So, did you know that was Mary Harvey? Well, did you know she was Mary at the time? Did you even know her name?
No, I didn't know who she was. I didn't know who she was. She could have been his stylist or something because I never knew. There was no other one. It was just me and him, and he kept telling me that. And he kept asking me, are you sure you don't have no man? Are you sure ain't nobody taking care of you? I said, I'm sure I'm single. I take care of myself. I make my own money, So when Adrian called me next door and she said, your man is over here with some woman on his arm is what she said. And she said her name is Mary.
Mary Harvey.
I think you need to come check this out. I'm going to unlock the door or whatever. So I go over there. That happened. And when he said hi, Like, shut up. And then he said, bye. That bye was like, get up out of here. Don't be messing up my stuff. Okay?
So did you just leave like that when that nigga threw his hand up like that?
I did leave, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, see, back in the day.
Hold up. I would have told that whole story.
What you say?
Dismiss me? Okay.
I used to be Miss Essie. I used to be a fool back in the day, but I'm not there no longer. But the reason why I did leave, because I had my money sitting at the table waiting on me. I had my client waiting on me to finish her nails so she can go. So that's the only reason why I did leave. Because if I didn't have a client, I would have acted a pure donkey in that store. And Adrian knows me. She knew me at the time. She knew I was about that life. Okay, she knew it. So anyway, after that, the next time I talked to Steve, no. Let me back up. I called Adrian later on that night while they were at home. And I said, Adrian, who is this broad? Who is this woman? She said, girls, Steve told me that he met her at Valley View Mall. She was on her break. And I said, where she work at? She worked for Mary Kay at the Mary Kay counter. And she was on her break, and Steve said he was in there looking for some shoes, and he met Mary, and that she looked, gullible. She looked gullible.
Wow.
Okay, and I said, what? So Adrian told me that first. I waited until Steve called me, and then I said, I need to see you.
Oh, you're not calling me after that, though.
And that's when we talked about Mary. He found, because I said, what's going on with you? And he said, I told you I'm trying to find somebody to sponsor me, and I'm trying to get somewhere. And this girl, she got it. She gonna turn in her 401k, and she got a life savings. She said she's willing to invest in me. And I said, oh, so you just gonna roll with that? He said, please understand. He said, it's not personal. He said, I really, really like you. I wanted you to be on my arm. He said, but you won't even invest in me. The next thing I knew, the Steve Harvey Comedy Club, I'm talking about within a week, the Steve Harvey Comedy Club was put up on Camp Wisdom in Dallas, Texas, right next to Planned Parenthood on Camp Wisdom. There was a Steve Harvey Comedy Club that Mary, if it wasn't for Mary, he wouldn't have had that club. He got his own club. Turned around, invited me to the opening. Me, my sister, and again, my friend, we went. He said he was going to give us VIP sitting tables, but we didn't. We got tables. Our table was next to the bar area. Like we on the back row or something, close to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Nosebleed seats.
Not by the bathroom.
It's like,
let me stop you right there. So knowing,
stop. How is VIP near the bathroom? What kind of VIP is that? Let's back up. First of all, Mary Harvey, I'm mad at you for using your 401k and draining your 401k to help this ninja out. When a said chick done walked up in there and let you know that he was just at her house the other night, which says that he is not being true to you, that he is also playing you. So not only do you drain your 401k, but any other money you can get your hands on to sponsor him. Women, are we doing that? Are we sponsoring men and building business? Well, Shirley Strawberry and them, yeah, they doing it. But are we really into doing that? And he didn't want to be with this other purple chick because she wouldn't give up her little nail money to sponsor and start no business for him. Steve Harvey, you trash for that. I got to say it. I'm sorry. Women, don't be stupid. Your 401k is not for no ninjas to be building no business.
It's a transpire. Steve got a woman now, and he pretty much said bye to you. So you still went to the club anyway?
I did. I still went to the club because the way he put it to me about Mary, he put it to me like he was just finna try to use her or whatever since I wouldn't give him any money. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he kept saying, I'm gonna pay her back. So he made it seem like to me, let me just get this money, let me do what I'm trying to do. You know how niggas are. And I just said, okay. And then plus I was young. I wasn't, finna chase behind him like that. As long as he called me, I was just, okay, fine, So yeah, I went to the opening of the club, and then he came up to me and said, why don't you just go on and leave? At first he said, just sit down here. Don't be up prancing around. Need nobody, all in my business, da, 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 da. And then he came back and said, why don't you just leave? I'll meet you at your house later on. I just said, okay. Mind you, I'm 26, 20, I'm in my 20s. So he did not come to my house that night. He did not come to my house that night. I never saw him again until I started managing my comedian, Lady Mozanne. But I did talk to him. He called me and he talked to me about Mary, and he said that this is what he's trying to do, and he got to go with her like this. I got to roll with these. You know, that's what he was saying to me, and I just said, you know, he said, please understand, and I just said, I understand, I get it. And that was,
I want to say,
okay, first of all, the way he talked to you at the club, first of all, you didn't have VIP seats. First of all, what were you doing there? Let's start there. What were you doing there once you already found out what happened and transpired at the store right beside your business? When he ghosted you and gave you the hand and told you to stay up out his business, okay, when you had to hightail it up out of there after he done played you up in your face with this wife who was there, why would you take an invitation to go to a club to see him sitting there with the wife? And then he done sat you back there by the bathrooms talking about it's VIP. Girl, no. And then gonna tell you need to leave and you need to sit down and don't be up prancing around because he didn't want nobody to know that the wife and the side chick was up in there. And you still allowed him to call you and or finagle with him. He gonna tell you I'll come by the house later tonight. The hell you will. You ain't calling me. You ain't coming by the house. Like, it's a hell no for me. Don't call, come by, none of that. If you see me in these streets, baby, you ain't gotta speak. That's what I'm gonna be on. Attitude. You cannot call me up. Let's continue, child.
Now she just broke. Now she didn't have to tell all this, but she clearly said that Steve used Mary to get her money, to get her to invest, because he wanted her to invest. So since Michelle couldn't invest, he gonna drop her like throw her out like dirty trash.
Child.
Go get Mary money. Mary put it up, and look how this man has done Mary all these years. We gonna shut this down because that's an issue right now.
right.
Okay, so he didn't call you tonight when he told you to get up and leave the club. Now, you know when he told her to leave the club, you know Mary was up in there. Right? Mary was the one put up all the money, so I know Mary was there. So you just left and said, bye, sugar.
Right, I did. I left. I just, I respected that he asked me to leave. I didn't cause no scene, and it's his shit. I'd rather leave than him put me out, I just left.
He said it nicely?
He did. He said it very nicely. He said it real tenderly, like,
tenderly.
Baby, I'm bound to go home because there's a lot of people in here. I got to entertain. He was talking to me real low key.
Girl, you sound like that.
Real tenderly. She ain't nothing tender about that.
How he said it again? What he say?
And he was like, just going to go home. He said, I'm going to slide over there later on when everything was cool down up here. We got to clean up. I got to close the club down. I got to pay my bartenders. I got to, he was just talking like that. So I just said, okay, handle your business.
Real tenderly.
No, he did not come over my house that night or that morning. He did not.
Well, okay, so when how long after that night did he come back to your crib?
He never, after he met Mary, he never came back to my house. We only talked on the phone, and that's when he was telling me that he hoped I could understand, and he's just trying to get everything lined up. And he said, I ain't gonna forget about you. I'm gonna bring you up. I'm gonna do this woo woo woo. When I get my little issue together, you gonna be my girl.
Okay, so first of all, Miss Deborah said basically he used Miss Mary to get on her feet, his feet, and that's why Mary's so mad all up on his damn internet.
Boom. He dogged Mary.
401k, and you lied all this time. This is what I'm trying to show you. In Hollywood, people will give you the persona of who they think you want to see, but behind closed doors, this is what it is, okay?
He used Mary for a come up to be where he is right now. And then he put a cease and desist on Mary so she couldn't talk and tell the bullshit that he was doing to her. Ain't that some devilish mess? That is some devilish mess. This woman drained her 401k so that you can be where you are today. And not only were you seeing Marjorie while you were married to Mary, okay, after this woman did everything she did for you so that you can be where you were, she was your sponsor. And you turn around, dog her out, take her son, put a cease and desist on her so she can't talk. Okay, it's a hot damn mess. Let's continue.
Miss Purple,
yes,
this gentleman right here. Huh? Do you see this gentleman? Do you see that comment at the bottom of the page?
I can't see any comment. Oh, I love you, Miss Esty. Yeah, there's.
Hey, but he loved you too. back up and find that comment, girl. He said, why you ain't got a man? I love an independent woman. Independent, all the ladies, throw your hands up at me.
All right.
Remember that later on so you can subscribe to him.
Let's get them likes up some more, guys. This is juicy. Come on, let's get the likes up. I know y'all in the house. Let's get them up. Let's get them up. Let's get them up.
Thank you so much.
I know y'all in the building. 7:51. Come on, guys.
About yourself. I do want to say thank you for coming on here, sharing your truth. So when you shared your truth and you contacted me, what was it really about, though? Was it just to show the pattern or to say that this?
Yeah, I wanted to show because see, he has so much prestige and power now. He can manipulate the masses. Mm-hmm. And it was making me angry. He come out with this book talking about think like a man, act like a nigga, for real.
Right, right.
For me, and I wanted to put the other puzzle piece out there to let people know this is who he really is. He's really an arrogant and he, he's a user. He steps on anything to get what he wants, and so he got that now. Mm-hmm. He got that. Mm-hmm. But he used people in the process. He stepped on people and he hurt many parts.
And you guys, this ain't just Michelle's story, because I got another person gonna come forward. I'm just gonna wait till I get the information. But he also had a mistress in Augusta, Georgia, before he met while he was going with Margie, and he broke it off right before he married Margie.
So he was dating a woman while he was with Marjorie. Damn.
Who had a baby?
Oh, it's a baby.
Let me say this. Let me stop right quick. So not only was he cheating on Marjorie, okay, since y'all remember this video he just did, my girl, y'all ain't gonna keep talking about my girl. My girl always been there for me, but have you always been there for her? Y'all remember the video he just did where he went in on everybody, including the bloggers, about talking about Marjorie, my girl. Y'all gonna stop talking about my girl. My girl been there for me. My girl this, my girl that. Well, Steve, weren't you cheating on your girl? Weren't you disrespecting your girl? Right up until, like she just said, right up until you married Marjorie. But let me tell you something else. Let me go and throw this out there. Marjorie, okay, Marjorie is Steve's karma. Let me tell you how I know. Because now he done sat here and done finessed all these women and then asking all these women to be a sponsor and trying to take money up off these women, okay, and try to use women as his come up. Now you done ran into a little black widow who you done married without a prenup, who is looking to get $200 million if you divorce her after she done messed around on you. She done pulled a you on you. Marjorie is Steve's karma and done pulled a you on you, Steve. Okay. If you divorce her, she's taking $200 million. And she done been with the who? They said she done been with the bodyguard and everybody else. So, Steve, you can't do shit about it. And that's your karma. That's your karma for the way you've done women. Let's continue.
Girl, you better shut your mouth. What you mean now? What you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a baby out here.
What do you mean a baby out there? What are you saying?
It has a child out here, allegedly, because I ain't the mama, but, since I've been on TikTok, when I think I mentioned his name one time when I went live, and so this guy came on there. I can ask him who, but he said my aunt used to date him, and he's trash. And then he said he messaged me. He said that nigga don't even take care of his baby. I said, what baby? He said, oops, did I say too much? So, I can email him and ask him for some details. But, yeah.
He don't give him. Is it a boy or a girl?
I think it's a little boy.
And how old would he be?
Right now, he should be, 7 or 8?
Girl! Wait, let me do
him and Margie was married during that time.
How long he been married to Margie? 16? So you're saying that he done had a baby since he been married to Margie?
Allegedly, that's what somebody told me. I don't know this to be factual, but that's what one of my TikTokers told me, that he used to date his aunt. Steve used to date his aunt, and that he said that nigga don't even take care of his baby.
Yeah, I would want to know. So you have never seen the baby? He never sent you?
No, I don't know anything, but I'm finna dig and I'll dig and investigate.
This what happens when a person cross me. God bring all the stuff to surface. Y'all see that? Okay, so now you had, after that whole situation, Steve K, did he ever see you again? You said, did he see you again after the club?
No, I never saw he oh wait a minute. I saw him one time after the club incident. I did see him. It wasn't at my house though. I did see him out in a social setting and we did talk, but the conversation about please understand that was a conversation over the phone. When he called, I guess he called to make amends with me and let me know that, you know, don't be hurt. I ain't trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to make myself famous, you know, whatever.
So he wanted to use women, y'all, to make himself famous. That's a bull Twinkie. Every blogger that picked this up, think like a man, act like whatever the book. I can't even get the name of the damn book right. Because how you gonna tell me about acting like a woman and you sit up here dogging women and you're a womanizer?
Yeah, that's what really shocked me. When he came out with that book, I said, he's a liar. He is a bold-faced. It made me angry for him to come out with that book, and that's not even how you perform. That's not how you behave, man, for real. Now, people do change. I can give them that, but my mama told me you could change the frame, but the picture remains the same, okay?
Ooh. And mind y'all,
that's
now,
old
he
pimp
met
talk.
Margie in 87, and then he met her in 92, kind of 93. Mary said she met Steve in 93 and married him in 96. Do you see the womanizer pattern that we're showing right here?
There's some overlapping. Okay,
so let's go further. So I heard you said that you started representing a female comedian.
Yes.
Can you kind of tell me something about that?
Okay, when I started being her manager, she was getting and y'all, she was kind of up there. She won Martin Lawrence, the last comic standing or whatever the name of it is. She's on the internet. Her name is Lady Mozanne. And she did say she would speak with you. But, yeah, when I started managing her, Zan had got on Steve Harvey's tour, one of his little tour things he was doing. She was one of his comedians. So she was backstage about to do her set. Steve was on stage telling her fucking jokes like they was his.
Did she hear him telling her jokes?
Yes, she was backstage about to come on stage. She never came on stage. She was so angry because he took her show. That was her set that she was about to do. So he already did her jokes. And she was so angry that he joke jacked her. That's what we call it in the comedian world. He's a joke jacker.
Well, let me ask you something. How did he get her jokes? Did he hear her rehearsing? Or did
No, Zan, sometimes comedians, they'll go from club to club to club and they'll do the same set. The repetition sets. They don't hardly change their jokes until they get old. So he knew Zan's jokes. Zan was working the radio with Ricky Smiley. She used to write for Ricky. She used to write jokes for Ricky. She used to write for Nanny Lee and a whole bunch of other comedians, you know. So he stole her jokes that she was going to come on the set. He already knew her jokes because she done told him and said it too many times. So after we confronted him with that, he ended up giving her $10,000 in cash, and he kicked her off of his tour. Told her to go home.
So you said $10,000. He handed her $10,000 cash. Was it a check? What was it in?
No, he gave her $10,000 in cash.
And was she on the tour bus when he gave her the $10,000?
No, but it wasn't a tour bus. It was his tour. Like, we're going to go here. We're going to perform there. We're going to perform there. Most of the comedians didn't have money for no tour bus back then. Everybody was piling up with each other, driving, you know, riding in the same car from here to there, state to state. You know, that.
Now y'all see why he ain't funny, because he don't write no jokes. He joke jacking is what she called it. Ain't that something? I said the other day, I don't think Steve Harvey is funny. He was not funny on Kings of Comedy. Maybe come on, nobody writing his jokes, but I mean, I don't know. If you're gonna be a comedian, you gotta write your own damn jokes. It's just crazy. Why would he jack this woman's jokes and she's sitting back there waiting to come on stage and you done told this woman jokes? And then when they say something to you, oh, I'm going to give you 10K and you get on out of here. So you don't put me on blast and tell everybody I done stole your damn jokes. That's what it was.
Up to Chicago up there when she opened up for the Ohio players. I had to drive her to Chicago. So wasn't nobody having money really, but that was part of his come up. He was still coming up. He didn't have no money even then. No money to floss like today kind of money. So yeah, he gave her that $10,000 for the split. Shut your mouth and go, basically.
Wow. Mr. Worth say he glad you stood your ground and left that demon alone because you could have been married. You might have been married if you hadn't fell for the okie though.
Exactly. That's what I kept saying. Ooh, if I would have, because trust me, I had some money. You know, when I met him, I had my own money, but I could have invested in him, and I would have turned out. He would have did me just like he did Mary, because he's a dirty dog. You know,
not a dirty dog.
And I'm glad. I hate that he did Mary like that. I cried for her when I saw her. You know, I'm gonna tell you this. I was flipping through the newspaper just a couple of years ago. I was flipping through the newspapers, and I saw where Mary had posted an ad in the for sale section. She was selling I think she said she had 5. It was an estate sale, and she said on there, I have to get rid of these things. I need the money. So she had Rolexes on there, furniture, purses, Gucci bags. She was selling all that shit. I read it in the Dallas Morning News classifieds.
That's so sad.
Wow.
Yeah, and I cried for her. I said, "Oh Lord," I said, "He done wiped this lady out. She's got to sell out her assets now." And then he done took her son. I cried for Mary.
But y'all know he kept taking her to court because he had to pay her money in the divorce. But he kept taking Mary Harvey to court, which she had no money really to be sitting on because she kept having to pay out attorney's fees and all that. And y'all know he took the child so he would not have to pay her child support. Steve Harvey is a hot damn mess. He kept taking his ex-wife Mary to court because he was bitter. He was bitter when he got with Marjorie Harvey and kept taking Mary to court. So that's why she didn't have no money.
They did. I felt sorry for her, but I'm glad it wasn't me. It could have been me.
I ain't mean laugh like that, but I'm like, I'm glad it wasn't you too. But the way you said, I'm glad that wasn't me. I kept my legs closed and I let this nigga go what he wanted to do, because that really could have been her at the time.
Oh my goodness!
I laugh like that, but just think about it now. This is so hilarious to me that this man has walked away and did all this all these years, and no one saw it up until now. You know, and you said too, when you saw Mary and you felt her pain. Did you want to reach out to her? Were you scared to reach out to her?
I wanted to reach out to her, but she was in such pain when I saw her on YouTube, and tears just started rolling down my face. I was like, "Oh my God, how could he do this woman? If it wasn't for her, he wouldn't have been nothing today. If it wasn't for Mary, I know that for a fact." And I just felt sorry. I wanted to hug her. You know, I just wanted to embrace her and hug her and tell her I'm sorry.
Oh,
you know, I really did.
You know what I think about you guys? So he was married. So his wife, his first wife, she thinking this nigga up here making money. He out hustling women, trying to get money from women to get his. Look, she said to hustle women to get his success going on. And then after that, you set up and wanted to play on someone else's intelligence. So I want to go back a little bit. You say he knows. Say the lady name again so y'all can look her up. But she has agreed to come on this platform with me to tell he stole her jokes and what it did to her. What's her name again?
Lady, and then Mozan. M-O.
Lady Mozan. Y'all can look her up.
Lady Mozan.
Okay, so when he gave her $10,000 in her face, and were they were on a set or were they on a bus? What was he on and just gave it to her right then on the spot?
They was at the place. She could tell you the name of the venue. I can't remember stuff like that. But he flipped, you know, gave her here. You know, you can go on about your business, kind of like that. Because he wanted to shut her up. Because he was a way bigger name than her. He was way bigger than her.
But you were her manager at the time, right?
Yes, I was. So
Steve knew you was managing her?
No, I don't think he knew until that debacle happened, and then he knew after that I was managing her. And we never had a conversation after that either.
Okay, so you and Steve never had a conversation?
No, but he paid up $10,000, you know, so he paid up for coming on his tour and for shutting the hell up. So
he talking about this nigga. He like paying people off and gagging people.
Yes.
If I had my mouth shut, I'd be paid right now too. But I don't see that coming because I know he'll do other women like he done you. And just to know that you said he perhaps have a 7 to 8 year old kid out here, that means he cheated on Margie.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna go back and look. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's one of my followers on TikTok.
Yeah, don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna inbox him today, and I'm gonna ask him, could he give me more details? And I will share. I'll screenshot everything that I questioned him about, and his reply. I'll screenshot it, Miss Essie, and I'm gonna send it right to you.
Thank you, beautiful. Let me ask you this then. Thank you so much. Purple, I just want to say I love your personality, your spirit, your little twang, that southern thing, because I know I got it too sometimes, but like Mose, where was she from?
Mose, she's from Dallas.
Okay, because I'll probably ask her how she meets Steve. But dude, can you tell me when Steve gave her the $10,000, pretty much told her to get out his face and leave? How did that affect her, or did it affect her?
She left. She was angry. She was angry because part of that $10,000, when he gave it to her, he was like, here, these my jokes now. Like he was paying her off to shut up and like don't ever tell these jokes anymore, or if you. People gonna think you stole them from me. It was kind of that kind of thing. Like, here's $10,000. Here, just leave. Just shut up and leave. You know what I mean?
And did she have a certain feeling? Did she ever speak to you about it?
She was very hurt. She was broken. She was hurt. She didn't want to do comedy anymore. Matter of fact, she stopped doing comedy right after that. Shortly after that, and she was hurt. She said this industry is so wicked. She said, I don't think I could take, I can't take this. Yeah, she was really hurt when he did her like that.
Does she have any children?
No, she has no children. No children. How
long did she tour with Steve?
I think they actually did maybe 3. You have to ask her. Ask her, because I don't want to put something out there that's not true. But it wasn't very long, It wasn't very long.
Now, I don't think no broad gonna come on here and say that she was spending time with Steve and she wasn't, and what happened. And Mary used to say, and I couldn't put that together, but now we have a fair witness to say that Steve stole Mary's livelihood in order to accede to his career. So really, whatever Mary 401k was, he should at least gave her that back.
Boom.
Right? He gave it to Mary, and you would not be where you were going to be if you hadn't did that. And Mozetta, you might as well say he shut her down for her whole career.
He did. He ruined her.
And tried to do the same thing to Bernie Mac, too.
Yeah. Look at you just showing your face. She get pissed out. She throw that face up there. Yeah, I want the nigga to see it for sure. How did it make you feel to see him do her like that?
It pissed me off. And then it was kind of like between me and her. I told you so. I told you that nigga was like that. And we call each other sister. She said, sister, I should have listened to you. I was just trying to make some money. I was just trying to come up in the comedy circuit. And I said, I understand. I said, but I told you not to fool with him.
So you had already told Mose not to fool with him.
I told him.
Okay, so after that happened, and Mose, she just stopped doing comedy altogether. What did she do after that? What did she do for a living?
She didn't really stop altogether. It just kind of took her motivation away. Zan has a line of candles out called Zandals, Zandles. Her candles been in the Neiman Marcus Christmas wish book. She got something going on for herself, but her passion was comedy. But he kind of broke her spirits with that. And she's a funny girl, too. She used to write for Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley loves her.
And Ricky Smiley knew that Steve did this and he kept his raggedy mouth shut?
No, I don't think Ricky wasn't I don't think he didn't come into this equation. He was doing his own thing on the radio and stuff.
But you don't think that Mose wrote Steve jokes, she wrote Ricky jokes, so you don't think Ricky knew what Steve had done to Mose?
I think he knows now, since
he maybe didn't want to get involved.
Used to work for Ricky.
She wanted his career towed down.
She told him that, but then again, like I said, when you talk to her, just ask her those things, because I can't speak for her. Those are her truths, and this is something.
I don't think Ricky wanted to get involved in that situation, guys, because I don't think Ricky wanted his career to be messed up like her career was messed up. Okay, if she was writing for them, I'm pretty sure there were conversations that were made back and forth saying, "Hey, did you know that Steve did da 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 da?" Ricky is not going to jump in the middle of that and approach Steve about it, because he don't want his career to be on the back burner or gone as well, because damn, that was his bread and butter as well. So he didn't want to be approaching Steve, because Steve is very calculating. Steve is shutting down careers. Like I just said, he tried to do it to Bernie Mac. When Bernie Mac got Ocean's 11, Ocean's 11, Steve Harvey was trying to stop him from getting that. I told y'all the other day how Steve Harvey stopped him from doing Kings of Comedy Part 2 for the tour. He was the holdup of them not getting it because of egos and him fighting with Bernie Mac. Steve Harvey is a hot damn mess.
I heard, but she'll tell you the truth.
Okay, so after all this that you have transpired and seen through these years and how Steve have done women and his success, what do you think about this whole situation to like round it up in a nutshell?
I really, all I can tell you is how I think about it. The whole situation. I'm not bitter or anything because it wasn't me. Because I would have been married. You see what I'm saying? He would have scorned me if we would have stayed together. I see that. So what I think about him is that he's a liar. He needs to be very transparent. When you married, you married. He started his whole career out as a lie. And he kept the lie going. Even with his book, he kept that lie going like he was the man.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that's very unfair for people to praise him. Like people that you don't even know this man personally. I know this man personally.
Speak, girl. Speak it.
There's people out here that, oh, you this, you that. Steve, that's my boy. Why? Because you see him telling jokes, scripted jokes on TV. That ain't your man. You don't know this man. He's evil. He's vicious. He's dangerous, too.
Very.
Why you say he's dangerous?
And I'm just saying because he's powerful now, today. He got money to shut people up.
And I've seen that happen. Y'all know I'm trying to make this love connection. Mr. Work said you fine as wine, Michelle.
Not trying to hit on him.
So listen, guys. She say you can come and get a little bit of this, Mr. Words. Check that name out. Wait now, see if I can make that connection for you. If you guys want to email me, bornagainversion53@gmail.com, and then I'll forward the emails to Miss Michelle again. bornagainversion53@gmail.com. I still want to keep her privacy as much as possible. If I had knew she was gonna show her pretty face, y'all, I would have came on too. But that's good. Y'all know what my face look like. And where you see me talking now, that's a picture of Steve and her together. Now you told me something about all the pictures that you took with Steve. Kind of elaborate on what happened when you had those pictures with Steve. Why don't you have them now?
Has anybody ever heard of an email address, bornagainversion53.com? What the hell? Oh, child, I'm sorry, y'all.
He took, I ain't gonna say he took them. He kept asking me to get rid of the pictures. He said he didn't want stuff floating out there about him. Now, mind you, he was not famous at this time. He was trying to make himself famous, and he didn't want like any smear or stains on his name. And so he kept badgering me. Where them pictures? Did you get rid of them pictures? And I said, here, you get rid of them. I gave them to him, but this is the only one that I kept. I might have another one if I look, but that was so long ago. But I might have one more, but this is the one I kept. That's the first night we met.
Okay, so this is my thing with that. Now, looking on it on the activist level, he wanted her to not have any pictures of him and destroy all the pictures. Well, he thought he made her destroy all the pictures. She was at least smart enough to keep one, because he would have right now said she was a liar, said she tried to do me.
Y'all see
and
that?
Mary, and other one, Terry Smith. He would have made you look like a liar if you don't have any type of evidence. So the only way he could come now and not say that he had dated this woman, he would have to come to the forefront and say it's a lie. And I damn sure would ask him to take a lie detector test, because he said he will lie if his social security number is printed on his butt. So he'll lie because of this.
Okay, I have something else to tell you. This just happened because I had posted on my personal Facebook account. I had posted that I was going to do an interview with you the other day. And my friends, I'm not going to say her name, but one of my friends, she used to be an attorney here in Dallas. So she made a comment on my post that said, wow, she said that ninja acted like he didn't even know me. She said, and I was his attorney. I did some attorney work for him, personal attorney work. And she said he acted like he didn't even know me after he became famous. See, she's a judge now. She's a judge here in Dallas County. That's why I'm not going to say her name. She's today. She's a judge. But she said he was acting like he didn't know her. She said she was trying to speak to him and all that. She said, oh, you don't remember me? He said, no, who are you? She said, I was your attorney when you had this incident, da-da-da-da. He told me, oh, yeah, I don't remember stuff like that. And she said he snubbed her and walked out, baby.
Oh, I know she was angry, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I'll put something out here.
That's
so,
him.
like, y'all, please don't take this personal. But if you watch my platform, you know how I am. If you take it personal, I really don't care, but I'm not trying to be disrespectful or hurt nobody anywhere. But the other day when you heard this video that I had released, now you're hearing it firsthand. You done saw her face for herself. Somebody said that we were trying to make Bernie Mac look bad. If Bernie Mac had a side chick on the side, that don't make Bernie Mac look bad.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to make Bernie Mac look bad. I'm just stating the facts. Matter of fact, the girl he used to date, she commented on my Facebook post, and she said, I forgot you and Steve used to date. She said, and Bernie was mine. I don't have no reason to lie. She was a nail tech. We worked together at Spud Webb's beauty salon. I don't have to lie on Bernie Mac. He's deceased. God rest his soul.
Bernie Mac had a side chick,
Bernie
y'all.
Mac and her had a 6-year relationship, sweetheart.
Yeah, 6 years.
Damn.
6 years. I was there. I saw it. I don't have no reason to lie on Bernie Mac. God rest his soul. Once again, I don't have to make stuff up like this.
I want to interview her to see what kind of Mac Daddy Bernie Mac was. I'm sorry, y'all. I want to be nosy. I want to get on the Kool-Aid.
I called her and asked her,
That's
but
some sweet
I know
Kool-Aid.
She
Damn.
ain't gonna do it. She just got married last year. She probably. I'll ask her though. We never know.
Well, I don't want to mess her marriage up, but take a picture of that little comment she made on the page.
I will. I sure will, and I'll send it to you.
Hey, girl. This man, Mr. Works, is working to get this number, baby.
Baby, that was 6 years of milk and cookies. Y'all remember that on Kings of Comedy? She was getting them 6 years of them milk and cookies.
What's the email?
Damn.
You want to give him your email?
No, I have a YouTube channel, Purple Penny Pincher. I'm on YouTube. You can Google me.
That was kind of disrespectful to bring that up because he is not here.
Like, I'm everywhere. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I have a YouTube channel. It's Purple Penny Pincher.
And listen, if he decides to try to comfort you, you already know to contact me. Because what I'm going to do, when Steve starts coming at people now because they're speaking out, it doesn't matter what state you're in, because I can join attorneys together and get a class action suit. You can start a class action suit with 3. They would like 20, but you can start a class action lawsuit with 3 people. So Spook, a.k.a. Steve Harvey, you better stand down.
Yeah.
Y'all heard what Purple Penny, that's Penny, Pincher.
I love it.
Yes, Purple Penny Pincher.
You know, spell Pincher for them so they got it right.
Pincher. Purple Penny Pincher.
You better work it out and find her, baby. You better work it out and find her. Now listen, regardless, I want that comment, but if she don't want to come on talking about Bernie Mac, I would respect that too. Bernie Mac was real respected for me. I can't help he was a cheater. I mean, but Mary said he smelled good. He had a whole different frame about him.
He put the charm on my friend. He was very charming. He used to come up in Spuds because Spud was still hot then. With his
What Spud?
Spud Webb, the basketball player.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was hot then. People, all the celebrities that came to Dallas, they used to come in that salon to get their services done because of who's who. So Bernie Mac used to come up in there with, I'm talking about 2-3 dozen roses, baby. I saw it.
Bernie, no, say it.
Baby, yeah, it's very, very charming. Yes, he had a wife, and I'm not, I don't get it personal. That's
I
him
don't
and
agree
her.
with her doing
But
that. I'm sorry.
you,
He's not here. That's not.
To the way he treated her and showered her with gifts, and it lasted for 6 years.
I don't agree with her doing that.
You what
He's
kind
not
of man
here
he was to his
defend
wife,
himself.
even though he had a mistress on the side. So if he did his mistress like that, Bernie Mac showered his wife with all kind of situation and gifts. So, and then look at the length of time that Bernie Mac stayed with this young lady, 6 whole years. And I do believe when they say music, comedian, actors, you got a wife at home and you got one on the road. I think that for sure. And females, they got a husband at home.
Yep.
Let me say this. I totally disagree with her bringing that up. Like, talk about your experience with Steve. I don't feel like you should have spoke on your friend's relationship with Bernie because he's not here to defend himself. He was a married man. Like, I don't feel like she should have dove into talking about what Bernie did Like, that's just not. I'm sorry. Somebody say your nails are cute. Thank you, boo. Y'all know I try to keep the nails up. But yeah, I don't feel like she should have brought Bernie into this situation. He's not here to say yeah or no, I was not in there. Like, talk about you and Steve and how he ghosted you and treated you like shit, girl. Back to the show.
I'm making sure we ain't got no question on here. So no shade to Bernie Mac, but like she said, it happened. And if he don't come, it's fine.
I don't like
We're
that.
still going to interview Mosaic, too.
Okay, it's Mozan, Z-A-N, Mozan.
Mozan, y'all know I'm country. Miss Hayes just put the thing up there again so y'all can see it. Purple penny picture. She say she ain't hiding. She here to stay. If Steve got anything, he better not come her way for sure.
Yeah, because I ain't lied on him.
And you know what? That to me, that just made Bernie Mac more sexier. If you really want to know the truth, I already knew Bernie was a Mac daddy Mac, because Mary said he was a Mac daddy. She said she liked the way his swag. She loved the way he dressed. Mary said she liked that chocolate skin, and she just liked his persona. And I think that made Steve a little bit jealous as well. Like, he'll come and try to intimidate women, but he's very inferior of men. Would you say?
Angela Cuff, you're right, dear.
Yep.
So you know what? Did I leave anything out? You said something about an attorney. That was an attorney that you were talking about just now?
It's a personal friend of mine. We actually grew up together since elementary school. She became an attorney. Now she's a judge that sits actively on the bench in Dallas, Texas right now. That's why I will not say her name.
Please don't, but that's good. Hey, Work said, I done worked it out, and I'm already following you. This may be a love connection, and Work is going to you too. And if you hook up with Penny Picture, you better make sure you do right, because you met over here on SC Berry channel. Because I'll come back on this internet. And
I want to remember Bernie Mac as him being this very funny comedian who had a wife and who had a family that he loved, and he had a career. I want to remember him as that. I don't agree with her bringing this up about him and trying to throw dirt on his name. He's not here, like I said, to defend himself. And the fact that she's continuing to steady mention him, that situation was between you and your friend. Unless your friend is going to join this interview and or the show, then I don't feel like Bernie should be mentioned. I feel like that's very disrespectful to his wife, who is still alive, who may not even know about this situation. And now you brought this out here to where now she's probably going to feel away. She's going to probably feel a way about hearing this. I would feel a way if I was in this situation and my husband passed away and a bitch came out and said, oh, by the way, I was with Caramel's husband for 6 whole years. I'm like, bitch, what? You going to really bring this out and my husband is already in the grave? And I'm like, really? We doing that? That's so disrespectful. What are you trying to get out of this? Your claim to fame is talking about the fact that you were with Steve. Nothing to do with Bernie. Let's, child.
Let you have it. I just want to say, like, for you, Miss Purple, you done been through a lot. I like that you stated your truth. I can tell when a person's lying and telling the truth. Can I ask you, how long have you known about me or this whole situation? And why you picked me of all people?
I first learned about you looking at YouTube when I saw Mary Harvey she was trending, right?
Yes.
And I said, oh Lord, I said, what Steve done did to this woman, you know? So I clicked on your interviews with Mary. And when she says, oh, he took my Winton away, she looked so broken. That's when I started following the stories. And I said, oh, my God. I said, Mary don't even know the half of who she married, you know.
She's talking about the interview that I already put in the chat for you guys to pull up where Mary Harvey actually put Steve on blast. Guys, please look at that interview. It will open your eyes to all of the stuff that Mary Harvey has had to go through with Steve and her son. I'm trying to tell you, I was clenching my pearls. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. I see Steve in a completely different light. Different than this video. It's much worse. I promise you. Mary Harvey told some things that I didn't even know. And I've been following this story for quite some time between Steve, Marjorie, and Mary Harvey and this son and all this stuff that's been going on. Please watch that video. I wish that I could share it on my channel, but it's a lot of stuff that she kind of gets into in terms of her son. And in terms of the things that she went through with Steve. I don't want YouTube to demonetize my video for me sharing it with you guys. So I shared it in the chat to where you guys can pull it up and listen to it on your leisure. Okay. It's very deep. She's very transparent. She even breaks down and starts crying. Okay. she really breaks down and starts crying, trying to tell this story about a mother who missed her son because Steve Harvey used his power in Hollywood to overpower her. So you guys, please listen to it.
But I just held that, and I held it and held it. I said, no, I got my own thing going on. I don't want to smear my name because, I'm Purple Penny Pincher. I'm not going to say anything. But now, since everybody's trying to put the puzzle together and he's trying to act like he ain't did shit, I said, no, I got to call Miss Essie. When you posted your number, I was looking at you and Storm's video last week. And I said, when you posted your number, I said, there she go. That was my sign to call you.
Wow. Wow. And you know what? That's funny you said that, because since I posted my number, it's a lot of people coming out and telling me stuff about Steve. So, I have no choice but to know to believe it, unless Steve's going to sit up and challenge somebody on my page. Right. On my page, I ain't nothing she said alleged. It happened. Nobody's going to lie on their own coochie. I mean, what Steve? She's a whole lot of people she could have said she been with, but she dealt with Steve. But I like that you didn't sleep with him.
Me too. I'm glad. So glad.
So y'all see this beautiful queen that's sitting here in front of us. I'm going down. If anybody want to ask any questions, they say they like you. They know that they say Bernie Mac was funny. We all know that too. If any questions, you guys, you want to put them up right quick. Tony from Storm Page, I love you. I thank you that you're there. Standing with us. Miss Purple, when you get off, Mr. Work say he's an intelligent, a very respectable man. I gotta let Miss Penny Pincher meet you first, Mr. Works, and then she'll tell us that we want to make sure you ain't a Steve Harvey, but you're real cute. You see his picture, Penny?
Yeah, he's handsome. Yeah, I see his
picture. Nice. Look at her. Look real serious. Where you from?
Yeah, where you from?
Yeah, and then we can make a love connection. We'll know if you got it. So did you think that Steve was a respectable man? Did you think he was an honorable man?
Absolutely not.
Did you think he was a romantic man?
Steve could be romantic. He could be romantic, but honorable after all this crap that's seeping through the bricks. No, you're not honorable. And then you dishonored your wife and your children by not even mentioning that they even existed. So there's no honor in that. And what else did you ask me if I thought about? Was he
romantic?
Yes, Steve is very romantic.
Did he buy you anything? Did he ever take you out to eat? Did he buy you a piece of bubble gum?
Yeah, we went out to eat. We went out to eat the one time I told you about. It was
not
me,
bubble gum.
Him. It was my sister, my friend Suzette, and oh God, what's his? I was just gonna Said the entertainer was there. We all went out to eat. And I'm going to tell you something. Said, that's a one funny dude. He busted out in the middle of the restaurant. And he started singing the alphabet to the tune of Luther Vandross. A, B, C, D, E, L, G. And we just busted out. It was so funny, but I was there. This really, truly happened. I didn't make it up. But no, he didn't buy me any gifts. He didn't have money for gifts. But he, roses, stuff like that. I don't know where he got them from, but roses and very he likes to caress and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Work say he in Louisville, Kentucky. Just to let you know. All right, we got a little bit of Southern in there. Okay, we're gonna make that thing happen. You guys, make sure y'all follow her on the platforms. Y'all show her love and respect, because she didn't have to come over here and do this. And then a lot of times I want our women to know, this right here could have been any of us. Like, she looked back now and say, damn, that could have been me. And look how he done did Mary. Thank God it wasn't.
Right.
But look how he could have did her. So when you say he just bought you some roses, that was it.
He bought me roses. I want to say he bought, because I used to love back then. I used to have like crystal everywhere, like crystal flutes and stuff like that. And I think he bought me like 2 wine glasses.
You would remember that. I'm sorry. You would remember that.
Correct. I think it was just 2. It wasn't, because I remember saying, why he didn't give me a set of 4, but that was childish of me. I said thank you, and that should have been that. But yes, Steve.
Childish. Nigga, I need a set of 4. Everybody's around, so you just want me and you to drink. Okay.
He stole them glasses from that house over there from Mary. That's where them glasses came from. That's why he ain't have no full set, because he stole them probably from the house over there with old Mary. And I would think that if he bought you something like that, you would remember. If you remember the roses, you would remember the glasses too. I mean, do y'all agree? If a man bought you a gift and you only dated him 2 months, mind you, a lot of stuff happened in 2 months, mind you. But if he bought you a set of glasses or important glasses or whatever, I would think you would remember that like you remember those roses. But let's continue.
That wasn't childish. I always said the same thing. Was they in a box? Was they wrapped? You just gave me 2 glasses. What's up with that? He probably wanted to make sure you didn't have nobody else drinking out his glass.
Oh, because he seemed like he was the very, like the insecure and kind of jealous type. Because that was every time we talked on the phone, every time he accused me of being with a drug dealer, or he accused me.
I'm sorry. So he only gave you 2 glasses because he was worried about if you was gonna have somebody else up over there drinking out the glasses. That's control much, ain't it?
I would say, what nigga you riding with? Every time he called, you with a nigga? Every single time. That was his introduction. It wasn't no hello, how you doing? How's your day? You with some nigga? And that was very, I mean, it was just, I couldn't, I don't live like that. I don't behave like that.
Jack will say he kind of cheap. That nigga was cheap. You can buy me a whole set of wine glasses. You can bring me 2. Yeah, that's cheap.
Jackie, he didn't have no money, girl. He had to be cheap. I don't know where he got them wine glasses or the roses from. Because I'm talking about he was a broke as a joke, baby.
What? And use Mary. Mr. Work said he got a twin, so don't mess with his twin because he got a twin in Irving, Texas. So we need to make sure you know you're dealing with one. But he got a twin. So I don't know if the twin married, but we got another.
Thank you so much, Daniela Gray.
Another connection over here.
I'm not that far from Irving, Texas.
Sure.
So was Steve a clean man? Was he tidy? How was his performance for cleaning up behind himself and stuff? Was he tidy because he spent the night over your house time to time?
He was a clean man, clean as he could be for that time, because you have to remember during that time, those was his struggle years. And so, like I said, sometimes he would come over and he would smell like outside, or that he just rolled some scope, to have the it was like the smell of how you go outside. you know what I mean?
Wait a minute. So not only you gonna come up, not only you not gonna commit to me, but you funky too. Like I'm sorry. You're not gonna commit to me. You gonna cheat on me and you funky. Like, girl, what is you sticking around for? And you broke. Like, what were you sticking around for? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What were you sticking around for? You funky? I'm sorry. Let's continue, child. You a whole funk box out here, and you're not committing. Like, girl, it's giving. No wonder y'all didn't sleep together. Girl.
Wait, he smelled like he was from outside. He sprayed cologne over his. Y'all, so he was a little funky.
This mother came up over there smelling like he done played 3 rounds of basketball and then sprayed that funky ass Brute on. Because y'all know that's all they ass wore back in the day was Brute. Why you done came up over there smelling like a trash can with Brute sprayed on it? Woo.
Just a little bit musky.
Armpit smoking.
He took gas for showers.
Well, he knew how to clean up.
Oh my
I guess
God,
when time
is,
permitted,
oh
or
Lord.
the right place. He, was that? I don't know.
Baby.
So I'm saying, like, when y'all laid in the bed together, would he go shower and clean himself up, or he just coming there with the air off from outside?
Yeah, he just come in with the air, and he always used to say how tired. He's so exhausted. He's so tired. He's tired. He said, but you got to do this. You got to keep grinding to make it work, And I understood where he was trying.
So you let him come from outside smelling like a trash can and lay in your bed? With this armpit smoking, smelling like a whole bottle of Brute and funk. Okay, girl.
Go, But no, he wouldn't take no shower.
Yeah. We're going to start saying, Michelle said.
Wait a minute.
Michelle said. You smell
What is he taking like a little
Michelle said.
a bath at the sink? Y'all know they be washing at the sink, wringing out the rag like this here at the sink and doing all this here. At the sink, child. Ooh, child. Not the Old Spice.
Everybody, her love.
Thank you.
Not the Old Spice, y'all. I said Brute.
My pajamas, y'all. That's the only reason why I didn't show my face. I like being behind this camera like this with that thumbnail because I want my other people who on that platform, I wanted y'all to see her, not even knowing that she was going to show her face.
Oh, my God,
I seen
y'all.
a few comments here and there, and I had to go in there and say some things, but she wanted to come.
I see somebody putting it in there. Daniela Gray. I totally agree with you. Because I feel like this. You keep allowing this man to come to your house and he's laying in your bed. Like, what are y'all doing? Like watching TV? Like what? You keep allowing him to come over there and your emotions are invested in him as you saying that they are. You hurt because you're seeing him with somebody else. At some point in time, it's more than you guys just hanging out. I feel like there was some type of intimacy there because nothing makes you jealous. Nothing makes you closer to a person until you have that intimacy. You can say out there, oh, we only went out to eat. Oh, he only came over and talked. Oh, he only brought me 2 wine glasses and some flowers. I feel like there was something else going on. And if you kissed him, and we all know what leads to, y'all know how it go. We grown. You kissed him, you took it further. I'm sorry. You don't want to admit it, maybe because he was over there smelling like a little funk box, like a whole dumpster. You was dumpster diving when you found him, obviously.
Herself and justify what happened. This woman ain't got no business to lie on Steve. There's a whole lot of more sexist celebrities out there than Steve.
I don't want to tell nobody I was with somebody funky either, so I feel you, girl.
Ugh. Yeah, I wouldn't lie about that. I wouldn't. Everything I said, was the truth. And then it's probably some old memories that come back to me, one day. But who cares? It doesn't matter because that's what happened.
Right. And when he left you, were you depressed? Did you say depressed? Were you sad or?
You was depressed and sad because he left that chitlin juice in your bed, girl. That is why you were sad and depressed, because it was chitlin juice left behind that Steve left in your bed over there. Let's child.
Depressed. I was kind of angry. I was kind of angry.
Me too. I would be too, girl.
That I felt like he played me.
You needed somewhere to stay.
No, I just felt like the whole everything, because he told me he mapped his life out and he included me in that. So I wasn't scorned and like that when I found out that him and Mary got married or anything, because that was years later when they got married. I was over it by then. But I wasn't depressed. I was sad though. I was like, why would he do me like that? Because I know I'm a great person. I'm a very, very good person. I'm kind of old school. I got old traditional values. You know how they say the woman's supposed to lay the house down and let the man come home to a home cook, and I do stuff like that. I'm not no new age woman that be jumping in the bed and popping my booty. I don't do that.
How old are you?
I'm 56.
Well, I'm in that genre too. I cook your food and do all that, run your back one. So we was raised in that same genre, the older women then, okay? Because God would always send me older women to do that. So that lets you know, like, there were some women that Steve just used, and then he needed a place to wash his butt, whatever he did. Did you ever cook for him?
No, I never cooked for him, but it was like I had some food that I had already cooked for my house, for my place, and he ate some of my food one time. He ate my cooking one time.
Did he clean the plate?
Yeah, he cleaned the plate, girl. I can cook, girl. Yes.
You doing all that? I see y'all coming in there. You doing all that, and he coming over there like he ain't gonna keep coming back for nothing.
And gave up everything she was supposed to.
Think about it. You're not giving him no money. You're not cooking for him. I don't see him continue. What is he coming back for? A man is not gonna keep coming back to your house if you're not putting out in some type of way. You ain't cooking for him. You ain't washing his clothes. He want money from you. You saying you ain't give him no money. So why does he continue to keep coming back to your house? What's continuing to bring him back to the house? Let's continue.
She said nice, clean, and nasty. No, they not nice. But if she had gave her money up and start taking care of Steve. So did he ever ask you to be with him for the rest of your life? Did he ever propose to you? Anything like that?
Yeah, he asked me to marry him.
Before you found out about Mary or afterwards?
Before I found out about Mary, people without when we first met, and right after that, and he was telling me about his plans for his life, and he said, I want to be married. I want it to be you. He said, you gonna marry me? And I said, yeah, we'll see, where it goes. He said, I want you on my arm. He said, you the kind of chick I desire, and he said, I want us to be married.
Once again, ain't no men out here marrying women unless they done test drove that thing. Okay. And I'm gonna have to say it like that. I'm sorry. She cannot convince me that they did not have some type of intimacy, because ain't no man about to be asking you to marry them like that instead of coming up over there, especially with the track record he had with him liking to be with women and he was a womanizer. I don't see him just out of the blue asking you to marry him if you weren't putting out in some type of way. It's the lies for me.
Famous, he said, I'm not signing no autographs. I'm not taking no pictures. He said, I want to live a private life. And he said, I want to have all the money in the world, is what he was saying to me, those kind of things,
And how did it make you feel when him kept saying that a dope dealer was taking care of you, but he turned around and made a dope dealer's wife.
Girl, that was the biggest joke of all. That was the biggest joke when I found out about Marjorie's past and how she was promiscuous with her ex-husband and his cousin and having children and stuff.
Wow.
Of the biggest dope dealers, wherever they from, and he was so concerned about me. That was the biggest joke. I said, wow, he was worried about me, but he turned around and married that. He got married to that, what he was worried about.
And that's his karma too.
And how did that make you feel after all that? Because he did that, did it make
it just made me feel, I don't even know the adjective to describe how I feel. It was like, wow, really? You know, like, oh, okay, that's what you did. You know, I felt slighted, you know.
Because you slept with him.
Okay,
period.
At the end of the day, you guys, this video, I would like for you to share it, and I would like for you to subscribe to Miss Purple. I would like for you guys to share the video, because this video is just to show you how much of a womanizer Steve has been, and how all y'all women who went and bought his book, that's what it was.
Not me, girl.
I noticed that Spook, aka Steve Harvey, did show up in this platform, and as soon as Miss Michelle showed her face, he didn't come back over at all. So I know that he know her. Sometimes people don't know your actions can lead to something else, and your actions will tell me whether you're lying or telling the truth, for sure. And I was up here back there laughing because my people are murdering him with the funky part of him. But they keep saying you're funky, Steve and his lace front wigs. I mean, it's bad right about now because he's got so many women like this. And listen, they're loud, muffle my. They go, yeah, hey, Steve, don't make my comedian women over here come for you. Don't make me, because when Mozetta come on here, we might do a roast player. That's what we may do. Maybe she can just gonna roast this nigga and I help her roast him a little bit.
Yes.
Mosaic, she deserves at least to be able to tell her truth. And I know for a long time, people were scared to come out. So you seen all this going on, Miss Purple, for all these years.
Miss Essie.
Her to speak out right now, because Mary been speaking out 2009, 2011, 2013.
Yep.
Right now.
I couldn't take it no more.
So you couldn't take it no more.
I couldn't take it no more. I said, these people really idolizing this man, and they don't even know him. That's why I wanted to put my piece of the puzzle up in the mix, because he's not what people think he is. However, like I said, people can change, but it's not likely when you behave like that, you know. And Lady Mozanne calls him a funky bitch clown. That's what she refers to.
Ooh, that's not about right, though. This clown, funky. I like how she put funky bitch. Is there a reason why she can tell that, or she'll tell me that when she comes?
She'll never tell you that, but she calls him funky bitch clown.
Wow.
So
I'm like Ernesto.
At the end of the day, Miss Michelle is gonna bring me the guy, or we're gonna see if he will give her any more information about Steve's 7 or 8 year old son. I ain't saying none of this because she said it. She said alleged. That's what it is. They come to me and bring that baby to me and say, Steve gonna end up having to take a DNA test because he be spraying that weenie everywhere. It's clearly say that I don't think he wore protection.
The weenie?
I don't think so. Because he was too carefree. But then too, if your body is funky as it is, you should be wearing some type of protection. It still looks stank either way, but I'm just saying.
Did she call it a weenie?
Yep. I'm gonna see if I can find out more about that. I'm gonna screenshot everything to you because I don't want nobody to say that I'm not credible, because I am. I don't lie on people, and this is my story, so I can tell it. I wish he would try to gag me. I wish he would. I ain't scared of him. This is my story. This is my life. I can talk about it.
I just love your little accent. She can talk about this. Nigga, you come try to gag. She said gag these nuts.
No.
Ain't nobody playing with you no more. And Steve,
she is wild. I love her, y'all.
Some kind of way.
I love her. She is something.
You gotta quit trying to gag these women, because she got it enough that she said we ain't trying to let you keep dragging black women. We're not doing that no more. And you're not gonna be dragging them or gagging them. And now that I've heard your story, Michelle, I know there's more women out there like you.
It is.
So what do you want to say to Mr. Work? She gonna find you later. We got you. Okay. But is there anything you want to say, Miss Michelle, besides I want to say, again, thank you for coming. Thank you for respecting me enough to believe that I will be here for you. Because if he come for you, he has to come for me. I thank you for having enough courage to speak about this, because a lot of people are still scared, you know, and I understand that too. Because you got to see when a person start crumbling and coming down before you know what to do. And I respect her for not coming forth, you guys, because she still had kids, and we saw how Steve can pay people off and what he can do. So I understand why a lot of women did not come forth up until now, because you got to be able to be bearing that truth. Steve owned children that come forth, so why was she? Now, if the Bernie Mac sister just want to come and tell us what a gentleman he was, I won't interrogate her too much. I would just ask, but she's married now, so I understand that. I don't even know if her husband know. It would be a nice story to know, because so many people, like on Steve, team knew Bernie Mac, but we wanted to know Bernie Mac outside of Steve, because Steve painted a dirty picture of Bernie Mac, and I'm sure he was jealous of.
Yeah, he was jealous. That's all it was. He was jealous of Bernie Mac, because Bernie, he treated my friend. I'm talking about. He treated her like she was the wife. You know what I mean? He never disrespected her, and he showered her with gifts. He was loving to her. I can absolutely say that.
Wow, and that's it. That is regardless whether he's married or not. I'm not trying to justify nobody cheat, but still, that romantic part of him. He didn't buy her but some old roses. And you said he bought you a meal. He bought you a meal.
No, he 2 wine flutes. Champagne flutes.
It's roses, right? But I take you out to eat not one time in them 2 months.
No, we went out to eat one time. The time I told you about, we were at it's Taco Cabana now, but back in the 90s it was called 2 pesos. And we all ate there. Sid the entertainer was there. Steve was there. I was there. My sister was there, and so was my best friend. And we all sat there and dined together.
So who paid for the food after y'all got through dining?
I want to say Sid paid for our food.
Come on, Cedric. I ain't never had nothing to say about you. I love Cedric the entertainer.
Cedric paid for food.
His personality. Cedric paid for everything.
Paid for everybody's food, and he entertained us, and it was funny. It was a wild night. I'll never forget that night. It was very pleasant.
Was Mose there?
No, she wasn't there.
Just the ones who y'all were dealing with?
Yeah, see, I wasn't Mose's man.
Oh, she went out, y'all. I don't know what happened.
So this is really the end of the interview, guys. I'm getting ready to stop it.
I don't know.
Because she's just kind of going to be repeating stuff that she's already talked about.
Her manager?
Something wrong with her internet. Something wrong with her internet. We're going to stop it because right now she's just going to be kind of repeating, because we're right at the end. She's just going to be repeating some stuff she's already told us. So I don't want to hear it again. The fact that she was with Funk Box over there, child, that bought you old taco in the last 2 months and some dead ass roses with child. Oh, y'all, did y'all enjoy this actual call? I'm trying to get some very interesting, juicy stuff so that you guys can kind of get some different perspectives on some things that's going on. I know we've been kind of talking about Steve Harvey and some stuff that's been going on with him. So I said, let's get a different type of call, because I know you guys are kind of getting burnt out on the jail phone calls. I do have another jail phone call with Ernesto. And actually some of his friends actually called up to the jail to speak to him. They were on 3-way. I'm trying to figure out how they're doing 3-ways in jail now. I don't know how they're doing that, but they did a whole 3-way. And these stupid friends were sitting up there admitting to crimes that they've done as well, which I said that's the dumbest mess ever, because you're on a recorded call. Like, why would you be admitting that you did something that was against the law that could land you in jail right in there with your friend, where you ain't got to call him no more? You just walk over and talk to him. But yeah, so we will try to do that tomorrow, that particular call tomorrow with the pop-in. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this call, and we'll be doing some more interesting calls as well. Okay, this one was juicy. I love me some Essie Berry. She is everything, y'all. Somebody saying that she was Rerun's wife from What's Happening. Baby, listen, she is a right. I love her. I love the fact that she's raw. I'm raw. Y'all know that about me. I don't have a filter. I like the fact that she don't either. When she asked her, did he buy you some bubble gum, baby? I'm about to fill out this chair. Listen, but this was a great call. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, they could have left Bernie out. I don't like that they brought Bernie into it. Like I said, this was your experience. This was supposed to be about your experience with Steve Harvey and how he clowned you and played you and how he was with all these other women or whatever. That's what you should have stuck with. I totally disagree with the fact that you brought Bernie into it. Like I said, his wife is still probably processing the fact that he's no longer here, even though it's been years. When you've had a spouse that you've been married to for quite some time, like she and Bernie were married, then it's kind of hard. You think about memories. You don't want to log on YouTube one day and hear somebody's telling this outlandish story about your husband being with some side chick for 6 years. That's giving too much. Keep that out of the equation. But everything said in the video is a legend, in my opinion, and is used for fair use and entertainment, okay? Fair use and entertainment. Let's go ahead and say that again. Thank you guys so much for keeping me on my ish in here. Somebody said, don't forget to do the disclaimer again. I appreciate it. Y'all be helping me out over here because, baby, listen, I be tired sometimes and I be forgetting stuff that I need to be doing, but I appreciate you guys stepping in and helping out. But okay. Somebody said they fell out the bushes. Child, I hope you didn't get no splinters somewhere. But thank y'all for being here again. We will have Car Chronicles in the morning. Okay, I need to go ahead and get my show together. It's getting a little late, so let's get out of here. Thank you guys. Please hit the like button so that we can get this channel steady growing. Okay, so that YouTube can know y'all are in the building and that y'all are supporting the channel and that we can stay in the algorithm. Okay. Over here as well. Okay, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Let's get on out of here. Be blessed and not stressed, and good night. Oh, thank you, Moz. I'm sorry, look at me. Thank you, Moz. Thank you, Care Millions, for the support as well. Any content creators that join us as well, whether in the chat or in the bushes, thank you guys. We are 2 hours in. Let's get out of here. Good night.